Adventure episode 20, season 2. Today we
we lost somebody.
Okay.
Pat.
It was Pat. Fuck, he DC'd too. Oh no.
Bum bum ba bum bum. Yay! He's back. But is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he back.
No.
So yeah, last time we came back to our adventures from a long 3-month break in the town of Reminster, and you guys got the hell out of there. You got Arnis, and he was kind of an old man, and he led you to La Bibliothèque Suprême. Before your eyes, he was kind of old man. He started out in a wheelchair, but he quickly stood up and quickly started leading the way. And as you've seen him, he seems to have been growing stronger and stronger, strangely, as he leads you to La Bibliothèque Suprême. Overall, you guys are headed to the La Bibliothèque Suprême to answer a few specific questions. But yeah, last time, Ches and Soldis joined us with new characters. We had an RP question about what was your biggest regret that went really good. We learned about the gnomes having an exodus, and you guys were completely not interested in the exodus ritual, which is understandable. You fought some ogres, and we called it there. And you guys were kind of like halfway on the world map to La Bibliothèque Suprême. I think since we have a bunch of new people, we're just going to like, Amanda, would you mind introducing your character?
Sure. I'm going to be playing Gamby, the Magnificent. Was a... You want me to explain it like character? Because I wasn't really ready to do that yet.
That works. We could skip you and come back. Does that
Okay.
work?
Yeah, sure.
Soldis, you're up next as the next newest character.
What, introduce myself?
Everybody's got to introduce himself because Amanda's new too, right? So she doesn't know anybody.
I'm Barrowith Engar, Wood Elf Ranger. Left my family and clan behind because they are a bunch of isolationist, racist psychopaths. And
Yeah,
to be honest, and I have a liking for the finer things, and then that's the cat, Sassy. We thought she got clubbed to death by an ogre, but it turns out she's like super nimble and she just got clipped. So she's gonna come back.
Lost 1 life out of 9. Okay, Ches, you're up next.
Just took a bite of food. Hang on.
It was a mistake. You never know when the RP question will happen.
I am playing a war cleric of Gorham, the god of war, named Garland Weist. Garland is a traveling cleric who advocates war on the basis that conflict breeds self-improvement. Sort of a forged in fire type deal. But he is chaotic good, so he does not advocate for attacking or fighting between the strong and the weak. It must be strong versus strong, or it is simply one preying upon the other. I am the party healer, and I also am party hitter because I got a great sword and I hit things with it.
Pat, who's that impressive monk guy?
Zozo. He does his own thing. His brother got his legs chopped off, is in a wheelchair. He's looking for a guy named Helios to avenge his brother. He popped up in Reminster, and we haven't seen him since. Other than that, I'm just some monkey that fucking does a bunch of martial arts, trying to get better at doing those things and being strong.
Apotham, you're up next.
My name is Stabby McStabberson.
The fuck it is!
No, it is.
Lie. That's a lie.
No, it's Stabby
The
McStabberson.
Stappersons. Fine people they are.
No, Garland believes this.
And there's at least one or two people in the party who still technically believe this lie.
Like imagining that you're all in the same place, I'm sure that some of you who don't believe the lie would totally be like, "That's bullshit."
Yep.
Anyway,
Continue.
I vote he should have to roll a persuasion check every time he says to make sure the lie perpetuates.
Nah,
you want me to
I'm blindly
perpetuate the lie?
following. We're good.
Thanks, Jay. Anyway, my name is Stabby McStabberson. I am a rogue wizard hell-bent on just having fun and messing with people. I trained in the Brotherhood of the Spell Sword long ago, but I was kicked out for my rambunctiousness and proceeded to be an orphan on the streets for quite some time until I'm kind of making this up as I go, but I thought I wrote a backstory around here
That's
somewhere.
good. Just make it up, bro. I'm taking
Yeah.
notes.
Okay. I was abandoned for a while, and then eventually I found a local thieves guild who managed to teach me some basics of how to be a good pickpocket, and I began to use my magical capacities and my rogue skills to become even more annoying.
I need one of those like hook things that like, you know, like the side of the stage, they like start sticking out like they're gonna hook you off the stage.
God damn it, Bear. You suck.
Okay,
Like the
bottoms, Big J, you're up last but not least.
Woohoo! I am a Urukubar. I am a half orc fighter. What do I want to say about myself? I like to throw shit that goes boom. I often get bored when we plan too much for battle, so I have a bad tendency of just rushing in and not doing the most tactically advanced shit. Backstory. I wrote this really wrong backstory that I only remember like a quarter of. But my mom
That's fine.
was raped, and that kind of came through last episode. And apparently, I never knew my father. And
Actually, you get as a word for your good role playing. There, you get 1 inspiration for that. Take note of that somewhere on your character sheet.
I don't even know what inspiration does. I don't even have
It
my
lets you
character sheet
re-roll a
open.
dice once, anytime, any d20 you can re-roll it.
I thought it
Whenever you
was
want.
Nice.
I thought it was roll 2d20 and drop the lowest, which is
That's 5e,
effectively the
not
same
just
thing.
5e.
I apologize.
I mean, it is the same thing, yeah. Just
Yeah.
said it a
You
different way.
Yeah. It's like
Um,
Lucky Feet.
But yeah, I was a part of another group, and our leader turned on us, and I've ran into a couple of them people, but nothing too much. And my character likes to do drugs and alcohol whenever possible.
You probably
Okay,
take a lot of
and-
skooma in Skyrim, don't you?
You know,
You
I
love the
I never
characters.
got that into Skyrim, man. I don't know why.
Amanda, you're up last.
Okay. Gamby the Fabulous. He ran away from home when he was very young because gnome life was just way too fucking boring. And
know.
yeah, as soon as he realized he had a gift for magic, he just ran away. And he went to several different schools just learning ins and outs, but he really, really realized that he had a theme for fire. So his signature move became Fireball. And he desperately needs to use up all his fireballs that he has prepared every day. Like, he just absolutely has to. Prefers to open up every combat with Fireball, but it's gotten him in a lot of trouble. So he's trying to be better about that. But yeah. He is very over the top and flamboyant. He's gay and proud and loud. And he likes
Flaming,
he's a flaming
a flaming
flamboyant.
pyro gnome.
Yes, exactly. He likes everyone pretty much. Like, he gets along with everyone, but they don't really get along with him.
You let a fucking gnome into this party? Do you realize what we've been through with fucking gnomes in this goddamn game?
Oh boy.
I should have to roll percentage to like just not want to attack gnomes on sight.
It's the odd
I
couple
look-
medieval.
I I look at the gnome and I'm like, huh, you're interesting. I'm amazed you haven't tried to kill us yet.
Uh, do I have a reason to want to kill you?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of your kind that seem to hate us.
Yeah. I don't really hang out with a lot of my kind for reasons I'd rather not speak about.
Who'd you kill?
I don't really keep names. There's too many.
You don't even you've lost track. Ah, okay.
I mean, a lot of them are accidental. I just kind of set fire to shit.
Accidental?
This anti-gnome sentiment is really starting to get old. Gorham forged us all for reasons.
Listen here, young buck. You haven't been around long, all right? Me and the gnomes have quite a storied history here.
Friend, I've fought elf, dwarf. If I hated everybody I got into a fight with, I'd hate everyone. Oh, wait.
You do hate everyone.
Oh, no, I love everybody.
Well, you go spend a day with this gnome named Georgian. You come back and then tell me how you feel about gnomes, and we'll talk then.
I mean, Georgian could be a terrible person who I'd want to conk on the head with the butt of my greatsword at the first word. Doesn't mean I hate whole gnomes.
Okay.
Oh, awkward.
Okay. So yeah, that was excellent.
I saw that, Bear.
Excellent introductions led to RP stuff, but yeah, that's what's going on. Welcome to the party. We currently find ourselves on the fucking road. We're traveling. We got Arnis, your boy Arnis, and he's leading the way.
And he's
And
fucking
it's
huge.
early in the morning.
Big
Yeah, he's
motherfucker.
huge. He's standing upside down over the road for some reason, and he's like,
He's like Raiden, like fucking just kind of flying.
we're almost there. If we keep up a fast enough pace, we can make it there by the end of the day.
Out of character, are we just assuming that what was Amanda's character?
No, Amanda's character's not with you yet, but we did have a
Okay.
good little RP interlude.
Okay. I wasn't sure what.
Yeah, it did make sense in the lore, but it was great.
Okay,
That's-
good.
I'd still like to roll a fucking knowledge nature check on this motherfucker to see if I can tell what is causing him to decrease in age.
I would say nature is not the right check. I mean, you can give it a nature.
I was looking though. What else?
I'm gonna say it would be more like medicine or arcana. Yeah,
There isn't a medicine though.
you have one of those. Is there first aid?
No, there's no like knowledge biology check or something like that. They did have one in Starfinder, but nature or arcana would be the two I would suspect here.
Excuse me.
I think it would be heal or arcana, or or nature. Yeah, you're right. Give me a
Religion?
dice. Give me a dice button.
Oh,
You've never seen anything in nature, like all your experience in the woods and stuff. You've never seen anything like this, really. This guy has significantly gone from looking like 80 years old, barely able to move, to now he looks to be about 25, and he's all muscly. And he's a wizard, but like he's a muscle wizard. And he's very spry and
I cast fist.
I didn't meet him when he was 80 years old, but he does look a little bit younger from the last from yesterday or earlier in the day, whenever the fuck it was. So while he's fucking skipping along in front of the fucking party, I turn to the rest of them and I try and whisper as low as I can, "Gentlemen, there's something strange going on with Arnis.
Aye.
It seems like he's getting sprier and more energetic by the minute."
You make a good point. We could just simply ask him what's going on, you realize.
Let me know.
I looked.
Bibliotech.
No, yeah, we'll hold that to ourselves. Let's move on to La
He
Bibliothèque.
looks back at you guys and he's like, "What are you guys doing back there? Come on!"
No, nothing, bro. Come on, let's all skip to the Bibliothèque. And I hook my arm in the half orcs and the clerics, and I say, "Come on, guys, let's go."
Bro, don't fucking
Whoa.
don't touch me.
Garland is now immediately into it and just is like, yes, let's go.
So yeah, Arnis starts leading the way, and he is marching. He is like high knee in it, and he is going quite quickly. Do you guys want to try to keep up pace with him, or would you like to just continue your kind of regular walking, marching pace and let him go ahead?
No, you goddamn right. I want to stay in step with this motherfucker.
Nah, I'm just
What do I
walking.
gotta run?
If anything, I'm gonna slow down a little just to be a dick about it.
Okay.
Keeping pace with Dumbass. I'm really
Yeah,
interested.
Okay, so everybody hits a road.
Yeah, I'm keeping pace as best I can, but I am wearing full armor.
I forget it. I think that makes it Cinder. But yeah, we're here. We are the shield thing. And everything you see has been like fucking campaign stuff we've been doing. And yeah, you guys were heading west on this road. You continue west along the road, and like it's pretty early in the morning. It's nice. It's nice weather. It's like spring. There's like dew all over all the grass, and the trees get denser and denser. And you head into what appears to be a little woods. You guys all kind of at various points kind of stop and slow down and meet up at this, there's a crossroads here. And at the crossroads, there's a sign. The sign has two different arrows pointing in two different directions on it. One arrow points to the south and it says Old Shield. And the other arrow points to the west and says Acheron. And Arnis looks up at you guys and he says, "South to Old Shield. That's where La Bibliothèque is. Let us make haste."
I have a question, Arnis.
Yes.
What happens? Is there a new shield?
No, do not. How could you make fun of the town where La Bibliothèque Supreme is?
I'm not making fun of the town. I'm just questioning why they call it Old Shield if it's just the one shield.
The shield's really old. I think I actually, hold on. I think I actually made a thing for this.
Oh no.
Fuck. I put it somewhere.
Why does this thing keep changing my green?
But yeah, he tells you a story that totally makes a bunch of sense about how there is this old shield, and it was the founders of the town a long time ago. They opened this library there, and there was this great siege. And the town didn't have a name before the great siege happened, but at the end of the great siege, there was left a shield out in the battlefield, on a spear, and it was really old, and that's where the town got its name. It was a glorious victory. The library was defended. And he seems like he kind of gets emotional about it, really. You can see he's straight up America, he's really proud and tear kind of going down his cheek. He's like, "And don't ever question New Shield again. That's bullshit."
Fair enough.
I think all shields are stupid.
Garland considers getting his shield out and just threatening to start a new town right then and there, but
Oh god, here comes Plate Boy to the rescue again.
decides against it.
Okay, and yeah, Arnis starts marching off, and he's like, "Come, come."
Marching away.
He paid no attention to the fork in the road. He continued straight on south.
I pick up the fork in the road.
What? Put that fucking thing down.
Worth 1 silver. Congratulations. What? My character sheet. Yeah, you guys continue traveling.
That was
I'm sorry.
great.
I'm sorry, Bear.
That's good DMing. You always say yes.
All right, we're
What
good.
the
We're
fuck?
good. Let's continue.
So yeah, you guys head south, further along the road in the little woods. And like there wasn't a sign or anything, but Arnis kind of just in the chit chat while you travel lets you guys know this is called the Little Woods. And it's not official or anything like that, it's just kind of what we call the place. And as you keep traveling through the woods, it's pretty dense. The trees are pretty tall. It's definitely an old woods, but as you get to some kind of a moderately, it's not so thick of a spot. But you end up at a kind of fork in the road. It's not a fork in the road, but off to the side you see a little camp. And at the camp, there's a bunch of dudes. They're all hanging out. They look a little rough, they look like kind of maybe ruffians. They're wearing kind of black or brown cloaks that are a little scraggly, and they're sitting around campfire. There's one guy sitting there with a guitar, and he's kind of playing a song, and the other guys are all listening, and they seem to be chilling. They don't seem to have noticed you guys yet. Well, how would you like to react to this situation?
Prepare to charge.
Do these guys
This is
look?
what you can see. You got to stay in the red square. The red square is where the dudes are. Fucking Sassy, get back in the box.
No,
Yeah,
don't
cats
put
love
Sassy back in the
boxes.
box. She's not back yet.
She's
We didn't open. No, we didn't open up with her coming out of the battle.
That
What
was
for
the
all we
retcon.
know?
The retcon was that she shouldn't have really died.
Yeah, but it hasn't happened yet.
Okay, you wanted to. Okay, that's fine. Sassy's a distant, splattery memory.
Yeah, as far as we know.
You guys hang out, and what do you want to do? It seems like you could
Somewhere
probably-
along the way, Garland has like talked this out with
Barrel with.
yeah, he's like talked this out with Barrow with like, hey, you all right, kind of thing.
I don't know, man. I mean,
What?
it's gonna be okay.
I kind of like move up a little bit and try to get a better look at it. What the hell is over there? Do they look?
Stealth check.
Yeah, stealth check. Definitely stealth check. Hang on a sec. Stealthy LT checks. Where's my stealth?
Gonna click that stealth button.
Yeah, boy. I take cover behind in the bushes with a stealth check. Bop.
Damn, you sneaky. Yeah, you sneak right up there. And you get up next to this rock, and you hear this guy. He's sitting over there. He's sitting on a rock near the fire. Everybody's eyes are glued on him. And he's singing a song. You kind of listen for a couple seconds, and you can definitely tell the song is about himself. He's kind of like bragging about like how he beat up a guy and he like stole his money, and like they get to the chorus, and a couple of the people are like singing along and stuff.
Can I sense motive to verify if these are hostile individuals like bandits?
I mean, already you can tell they don't seem to be hostile. They haven't really noticed you guys yet. They do appear to be like scruff dudes. Like they all have weapons that are pretty much on them, but that's not really anything that's out of place.
Okay. Hey, Squiggle Pop or a Gamby.
Is not here.
Oh shit!
Not at the party yet.
Shit.
I'm not with the
Yeah,
party
no,
yet.
she's not with the party yet. Yeah.
Damn it.
Yeah, bro,
Oh,
who the fuck
It's
are you
alright.
talking to?
Still loading.
Sorry, I mean, Rukabar, these guys don't look very friendly. Why don't you walk up with me to... I whisper over to him.
Ooh, does this mean I get the stealth too?
This means that on my signal, you're just going to charge and hit the first thing you see as hard as possible.
Oh, I was gonna be sneaky.
At this part, Ernest is kind of caught on, and he's like, "Brigands." Says, "I don't think they'll cause us any trouble. We should just continue past."
I mean,
They
if
are
they're not...
bragging about attacking people.
Says, "Yes,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah, the library is often, we have people that come and go. They're often accosted on the roads by brigands such as these, but in such a well-armed group, they won't bother us."
I'm pretty sure I heard that guy with the guitar talking shit about some war god.
I'm pretty sure I didn't hear that, but I
I'm
did
pretty sure I
hear.
did.
I did hear that they prey on the weak, which is not kosher, so to speak. So
I don't know. I keep hearing some talk about this guy was getting in bed with the God of War's mom and shit like that.
I want to stealth my way up to across the road and try to get a closer look.
Arnis is like, we should just go talk to them. I'll handle this, guys.
Okay. I'll stay behind you.
And he just marches right up, like, I need, and he's like, oh there. And the guy like quits playing, and he, like, everybody kind of perks up. Everybody's hands go to their like waists, where most of them have like little hand crossbows, and the other guy's hands go to their like swords and stuff. And like the dude turns around, and he like has a guitar, and he has a rapier, but he doesn't really look like a fighter. He looks pretty spry. But he turns to you guys and says, "Ho there, well met, friends. What brings you to the Little Woods?"
Just passing through.
He seems to kind of eye you guys up and down, and like he sees that everybody's pretty buff. Everybody's pretty tough. Got their weapons and stuff. And he says, "Yeah, so be it. Carry on. Let us know if you see any trouble. These here are my woods. I'm Little Larry.
I see.
You may have heard of me."
Nope.
Well, let's try again, Bear.
Okay, well, that's fine. That's
No, we didn't hear you because you lagged out.
well, he says you may have heard of me.
Oh.
No, you never heard of this guy. He's like a fucking nobody. He's just real boisterous. But he says, "Yeah, carry on. No troubles here. We're just keeping the roads safe."
I'm gonna roll sense motive.
Yeah, even Arnis is kind of like looks back at you guys and gives you a kind of eyebrow, like he's
The
not
people's
saying
eyebrow.
it. But yeah, Chaz, you can tell he's totally like these are clearly brigands, right? Like their purpose here are to accost travelers and to steal their goods, and you could tell that this guy is just trying to not get beat up.
Beryl, with completely oblivious of the situation, steps up in front of Arnis and says, "Hail! We are weary travelers on the road down to La Bibliothèque Suprême. We'd love a warm fire to rest next to."
Yes, La Bibliothèque. It's a great place. Yeah, you're gonna love it. Have you ever been? Yeah, it's search of knowledge, eh?
In all of my time, I've never been to La Bibliothèque. This gentleman behind me says it's pretty much the best place on this plane. I can't wait to go.
Of course, it's the best library in the land. Make a persuasion check to Little Larry.
Would that be diplomacy and
Oh yeah, diplomacy. Yeah, you're right. Thanks, Chaz. I play all these systems and it's super difficult.
Oh yeah, diplomacy. An absolute zero. Fuck you, Chesley.
It's okay.
You don't have a
stepped up.
persuasion skill either.
Okay,
Well, I mean, I have diplomacy.
step the fuck up. Arnis is like he's trying to like help. He's fucking rolling, and he's not very good at helping, and neither are you.
No.
Can I roll diplomacy to help?
I mean, what are you gonna say? How would you diplomas the situation?
Diplomas the situation by saying that the La Bibliothèque is our primary goal, and it does seem to be the greatest library in the land. Any information would be appreciated.
You're asking Little Larry?
Wait, no, I
Okay,
lost.
You were trying to persuade Little Larry here. Arnis is chill.
I think I lost track of what we're trying to persuade.
I mean, so Soldist was saying like, "Hey, let's chill. Can we chill by your fire?" Pretty much to Little Larry.
Oh yeah, no, I diplomacy to Solidus and say that's a bad idea.
Damn it, we all suck.
Little Larry looks back to the fire where he has like 3 rabbits roasting on spits, and then he like looks around to his crew who all like lick their lips, and he looks back at you guys, and he's like,
Right. No.
"Sorry, we don't have enough for everyone."
Larry,
I guess we need less people to feed then.
It's like you should be able to make it to the bibliothèque by the end of the day. Yes? Yes, Armor Man?
just
I believe so.
curious, level with me here. Do you really keep people safe, or do you keep their gold safe?
Well, of course we keep the roads safe from brigands and thieves, and
Larry,
don't you worry. We're doing it for the people.
let me
And
try
the
different.
other guys are like, yeah, for the people.
Let me try a different tack here. Larry,
We're the Brown Bear Boys.
you're the what?
Brown Bear Boys is what a couple of other people say. And the rest of them are all like, yeah, Brown Bear Boys.
All right. Well, let me try a different approach here, Larry. I'm a cleric of Gorum, the god of war.
Oh my god, here we go with Plate Boy again.
He who blesses any and all conflicts, he who lends victory to those who deserve it and visits defeat upon those who are not worthy. And I'm not trying to be difficult, Larry, but I don't know that you keep people safe so much as you keep their possessions, period.
Whoa,
And
whoa.
the-
We're not
and
looking
the-
for war.
And the thing is, no, you're not looking for war. You're if you were looking for war, you'd fight somebody your own size. And the thing is, Gorum doesn't look fondly on that. Preying on the weak is not war, it's thievery. Common thievery. So, here's an opportunity, Larry. Stop. Leave this spot, find yourself somewhere not so close to the road. Stop haranguing people as they leave the city. And witness as the blessings roll in ways perhaps immaterial, but much more valuable in the end.
Make a persuasion check with +2. That's a
Okay.
Let's go on. Little Larry, like he's like tearing up a little bit.
18.
And he looks at you and he's like, he kind of like does an exhale and like looks at the ground and looks back up at you and it's like, men gotta eat. I mean, gotta feed families.
I've never
What
robbed
else do you suggest?
I've never robbed a man in my life, and I've made it just fine. You
Can't
lot
just
have
go off
hand
in the
crossbows.
woods.
You lot have hand crossbows. You have verdant woods. Hunt, skin, sell those. Those are always in need. A little work, and you'll feel better about what it is you do. Whereas here, this will leave you empty. This pursuit will only ever lead to more need. You will never get enough to survive, just to make it through the next day. Whereas you rob travelers and you always have to rob travelers. You start up some hunting and you find that it leads to more permanent reward.
Little Larry is super like, he's listening. And he likes kind of what you're saying. Looks back to his crew and he's kind of like, we're pretty good at hunting, right? And the rest of the guys are kind of like, yeah, seem to be like turning a bit, like agreeing. And yeah, make another diplomacy check, actually.
Do I lose the +2?
Oh, no, you can get a +2.
Wait, can I drop my bow, tear up, turn to him, and start a slow clap for any more bonus?
You can totally start a slow clap, yeah.
This goes on any longer.
I
I'm
love
gonna
it.
Slow clap and this. No!
Barrelwood starts a slow clap, and the rest of you guys slowly like join, like one by one, until
I don't suppose I can get inspiration.
eventually all you guys are slow clapping, right? And then like the whole crew of the other guys, like they're just looking at you and kind of like stone cold, like dead eyed. And little Larry's like, yeah, well, it's good, nice slow clap, I guess. But yeah, we appreciate it, and yeah, we'll see you guys. You guys should probably carry on along the way. It's been nice meeting you, though. he kind of like picks up his guitar and he like acts like he's gonna like turn back around to like keep playing his song.
Offended by Lil Larry's inability to be swayed by Garland's moving speech, I kind of bristle with indignation, scoop up my bow, and march back to the path.
And Arnis is like, yes, let's
Garland gives a look to the party and gives a sort of "I'm incredibly sorry" look, and then says, "Larry, one more thing."
He kind of like he's playing a couple notes, a couple chords, and he turns back and he's like, yes, a little like impatiently.
You are armed, yes?
Of course, we all are.
You're all armed. Would you say you're capable fighters?
Oh,
Of course, you don't fuck with the Brown Bear boys. And the rest of the guys are like, yeah, Brown Bear boys.
So this would be war.
Says, what do you mean? I mean, we're not looking for war. We're just having dinner. You know, it's not dinner. It's like kind of we're having brunch with this rabbit.
I reiterate, of course you're not looking for war. If you were looking for war, you'd fight somebody your own size. I, however, am looking for war and will find it here. Draw your weapons.
what? Wait!
What are you?
Little Larry looks pissed. He puts down his guitar. He picks up his sword and he looks at you guys and he says, I think you all best be moving along now. And the rest of the guys all put their hands on their hand crossbows too. And Amanda, what are you trying to do? You linguisting then?
I'm not trying to do anything. I
Okay.
might have just misclicked something.
Okay, how do you guys react? He's like he looks pissed. He looks like he's about to.
Can I try and diffuse the situation with a diplomacy check?
Hell no, because I'm charging.
Jesus Christ.
Then I instead just reflexively throw my freaking rapier at the first guy I'm within range of, and try to get my sneak attack while they're flat-footed to open the fight.
Okay, everybody roll initiative.
Sorry for that,
Amanda.
boys.
No fireball for Amanda.
I think this works. Yeah, it works. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god, the macro. I can drag select all the enemies and click bulk macro, and like it does all of them. It's so good. What the hell? There's like a tree though that like rolled initiative or something. What's going on?
It's
No,
the
it's-
campfire.
Yeah, the
It's
tents
this.
are rolling initiative.
The
Hey,
10.
Bear,
What's up? What's up?
I'm gonna send you a direct message real quick.
Sure. Yeah, the campfire rolled initiative. Okay, Pat rolled. Chesley did, but I don't think he clicked the right button, so I'll add his bitch ass.
Oh, sorry. I
Click
clicked my
the
token and clicked the initiative.
In the
I
top
didn't
right,
click my token.
Oh no.
you have to click your token and then click initiative button on the top right or top left.
That's the
Excuse
best
me.
way to do it.
It puts you in the queue.
I think I can do it for you guys if you want. Got Pat, we got Ches, we got Barrel with. We need a Potham. I'll just click it. Did it work? Oh no, you had a 15. I saw the 15.
Big J, did you roll?
My guy got bored of all the words, so I'm over here taking a shit. So I am unaware of the situation.
Um,
Okay.
I mean, you're popping a squat. You trying? I don't know how far you are along in the loaf pinch procedure, but like you see all your friends draw your weapon.
What a great
Um,
quote. No, hang on,
I
stop.
guess I could hurry it up a little bit.
You can roll initiative like with a penalty. Is what I'm gonna say.
I
thought
don't know
just,
where
like,
you are
skip
in the
first
lo-
round.
I don't know where you are in the loaf pinch procedure.
Yeah, I love that.
Are you loafing or are you pinching?
I don't need details. Let's go.
Arnis is here too. Yeah, Pat, like a badass, jumps first.
But I rolled a
So
24. Did you put me in with my
Oh, you didn't-
18?
oh, okay, I didn't click you. Sorry.
just to make sure, well, actually, never mind. I I wasn't sure if my mic was muted when I mentioned my sneak attack or not.
Yeah, you weren't muted.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I heard you, but like, there's not really a good way to like prepare that, right? Like, kind of battle happened, and so as soon as any like conflict occurs, initiative rolls, right? So you could do that when it's your turn.
Okay.
Bear, could you remove one of my turns, whichever one you want to remove?
Oh, I see. Yeah, there's. I'll give you the.
You can remove the 16 if you want. There you go.
But you removed both of me. I don't see me in there.
Yeah, you're at the bottom. Oh, but you're not sorted. I didn't auto sort. Sort. Decent. Yeah. Okay. Barrel width jumps first.
Oh shit! Hold on.
All the bandits all like pull out their hand crossbows and their swords and stuff, and they're like ready to roll.
Past 50 feet. Okay, so I can definitely fucking make a. I'd pull out my bow and take a shot for one.
Onto Lil Larry.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fucking Lil Larry.
That to Lil Larry.
That motherfucker has got it coming now.
Just for perspective, is he a gnome?
No, he is not a gnome.
Okay, it's just a human named Little Larry. Okay.
Dude,
He's pretty short for a human though.
Okay.
I should take a
I
level
thought you were
ranger.
going with Little. Thought you were going with like the Little John thing, like like he's fucking huge, but his name's Little. Not the rapper.
Your battle noises. Yeah, Barreless shoots at Lil Larry. A 13 does not hit though. Lil Larry definitely just jumps right over it.
Okay, I'm gonna take my opportunity to move away from him.
All right.
Bam, right there towards the bush.
Pat, you're up.
Hello? Oh, I don't have. And that's
Are you hearing
5
random shit now?
step plus. That's just charge. Fuck it. That's just charge. And then attack. So I get -2 AC and then +2 attack.
Okay, the charge onto
Yes.
Lil Larry. So you got a 15? Or no, you didn't roll. No, that's him.
Yeah, I got this.
You got 26 is a hit. For 11 damage, Pat just fucking runs up like a ninja. Takes his running punch right at Little Larry, and he like stands up and sets down his guitar, and the punch just hits him square in the face. Little Larry, he's pretty like handsome, but like you just made him a bit less handsome. Is that it for you?
I'm gonna pull a key charge. I'm gonna hit him again.
He's using the key points. All right, you got 4. I think you go down to 3. And the 18 is a hit for 12 damage. Damn, you're hitting him. That was max. He looks at you and he's kind of dazed from the first punch, and he kind of like wobbles back into sight, and you just hit him again in the nose. And yeah, he's ugly now. Next up is this bandit over here. He jumps pretty quickly. He takes a couple steps over here. He looks right over at you, Pat, shooting his friend, and he pulls out his crossbow and
That's a hit.
hit for 3 damage. It doesn't hurt very much. Next up is this guy. He's kind of a highwayman. He sees you over next to his friend too, and he takes steps over. He doesn't get a flank, but he runs right up and he does his attack. It's just going to be the one attack, so it's just the first one, which is a 14. I don't think hits.
Let me check my AC because -2. Actually,
Oh yeah, from charge.
yeah, actually.
Okay, 14 hits for 10 damage. He runs right up with his what's he got? He's got a spike chain. He's like swinging like a ball and chain kind of thing, even though it looks like he has a sword. And he like ball and chain like bonks you real good. Next up is the other highwayman, and he kind of like sees you. He sees like thinks his friends are kind of handling it, and so he takes a few steps over here and he pulls out his longbow and he looks at this other guy who's standing out there with his longbow and he takes a shot, just the first one, which is a natural 20. So instead of 7 damage, you take 14 damage. He pulls out his longbow and he pulls it back, and like you see the arrow coming. It looks like it doesn't even move. It just comes right at your eye. The last second you dodge out of the way, but it hits you in the head.
Who do you hit?
Barrel with
Oh, okay.
some serious damage.
Oh.
Next up is Lil Larry, actually. Lil Larry does not like the shit that you are fucking with him about. He can take his 5-foot step and cast a spell, correct? I'm still remembering. I'm pretty sure he can.
I think if he takes 5-foot step, I get attack of opportunity.
No, 5-foot steps specifically avoid.
Yeah, no,
attacks.
5 steps
Does it?
don't. Yeah.
Okay, I don't remember.
So yeah, he steps the fuck back, like next to this fire, and he doesn't like you up in his face at all. He waggles his hands and he like says some words, and out of his hands comes like this spray of like viscous white liquid that slaps all over the ground. It's a spell you see before. It's called Grease. And he sprays grease all over the floor. It's disgusting. In this area, actually.
Hmm.
And everybody must make a reflex save in that area, which is you and his bro. Well, his bro's pretty good at this. Yeah, his bro's fine. And Pat, you are not fine, though.
Feels bad.
Yeah, or fall. So you fall. Prone? I think it's prone, yeah.
If you're measuring how far away you are from me, yeah, you can smell the shit.
That's exactly what I was measuring, actually.
Which direction is the wind blowing currently?
So yeah, Pat, you fall and you lose your flat-footed bonus to your stuff. So yeah, you're flat-footed pretty much.
Okay.
Next up is Ches.
Okay. My movement speed in armor, I believe, is 25 feet.
Yeah, you are super heavy.
No, 20 feet. I'm going to charge this guy.
Okay. He looks young. He looks like he's like 17 years old as you like charge up on him. He's like still fumbling for the weapon at his belt.
I'm going to attempt to maim him rather than actually outright kill him.
Okay. Like,
God damn it,
no,
Pokemon.
that's fine.
That was an awesome timing for that sound effect.
I missed.
Yeah, 11 is not a hit.
Right.
All right, even
13.
13 if you charged, yeah.
Yeah, 13 was also not a hit.
Nope. Next up is Bandit. He looks at Pat, yeah, and he pulls out his crossbow. He sees you're flat-footed, so you don't get your dex bonus. And 15 probably hits
It does.
for 3 damage. Please put that in. He kind of snickers and he takes a couple steps back, and Botham, you're up.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if I can. No, I don't have that prepared.
Doritos and Mountain Dew. That's what that sounds like.
Can I have some Mountain Dew? Are there girls there?
Yeah, I'm gonna hand to the apprentice the guy that's 30 feet in front of me. Does he count as flat-footed right now because of this being a surprise round?
Which guy?
This guy.
This guy already had his turn, so no. Both of them already had their turn.
Oh. So there isn't anybody here who is flat-footed?
Nope. This one turned. This one has a turn. This one had a turn.
I might
Nobody's
be flat-footed.
Cool, but I can't stab you.
I mean, you could.
So yeah, I hand to the apprentice the guy in front of me.
The one next to Pat?
No, this one.
Oh, okay. This guy actually never made his not fallen over save, but he doesn't fall over.
Oh, yeah, well.
All right, make a 15. That is, I don't think that's correct at all. Oh yeah, no, yeah, okay, 15 does not hit.
Okay.
Your rapier just kind of like past. This guy pulls up on Pat. He's like with his thing, flat-footed. I think that hits 3 damage.
Yeah.
This other guy, he like ninja jumps up on the log and takes a couple steps over here. He seems to be like he's trying to like get a good positioning. This guy over here too takes a couple run steps over here, jumps up on the log, and he like aims at Ches and he shoots Ches. Natural 20. He hits you for 12 damage, Ches.
My man.
Please type that in. He went. This guy gets to go too. He again is like trying to like get the long flank. He jumps up on the fence and like holds his turn. Artist gets to go and he's like, fucking guys getting in our way. Get out of the way. Got to get to the library. And he like casts a magic missile at this guy over here, which I think he gets like 2 shots, right? Or no, I think he gets 3. Yeah, so that's 2 hits for 6 damage.
Magic missile doesn't work that way. Magic missile is an automatic hit unless he's got shield. You just roll damage with magic missile, and it has a set range, and it's a certain number of missiles depending on. I think it's 1 missile per 3 levels, or per 2 levels. I think 2 levels. But yeah, the magic missiles auto hit. They don't.
So all 3 just hit.
Yeah, just 1d4 plus 1 3 times.
So another 3 damage. My bad. I don't know why I typed it that way. But yeah, Arnis like runs up like a ninja and does this combat roll and shoots these 3 things, and amidst the blast, you don't even notice, but out of the woods nearby sneaks a snacky little gnome character. Right here. It's a strange gnome you never seen before. And yeah, Amanda, you come into this clearing and there's all these like what looks like bandits fighting this adventuring group. And you got to roll initiative. So if you click your... Oh no, I don't think I've made the thing for you. 1 second. I can do it.
I'm up P while reloading. Bear back.
Okay, so Amanda, click your token down here. Click it once so that you have it selected, and then in the top left, you should see an initiative button. I think you got this. Yeah. 8.
Yeah, I showed her how.
Okay, cool. So yeah, out of the woods jumps this gnome, and like you see this battle going on. It's clearly a bunch of like thugs attacking some travelers. And Barrowith, you're up next.
I would like to take a free action to scream at Uruk-bar and make him either roll initiative or get the next turn. Is that possible?
Yeah, Rookbar too. Like, yeah, you're pooping. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, all right. So
It's been 6 seconds since like you had the clench reaction, and like,
well, no, as so as I slink up to the tree, I make my way over and I hug up close to the trunk, and on the wind I just catch this absolutely rancid stank. I look over and I see this big, ugly half orc, half crouched over, half with his ass sticking into the bush, looking like he's working on a serious one. And I kind of whisper at him, "Psst, buddy, what are you doing? Trouble's a brewing."
Yeah, you might want to keep your range, pal.
No. Time for that is past. It's time for action. And I nod my head towards the aggressors.
All right, I guess.
So what does he need to do? Does he
yeah,
roll initiative?
So we just got this pantsless half orc that's just
Yeah.
leaving a stream of poop as he runs into the battlefield slaying bandits.
No, I think he.
Or as the French call it, sans culotte, those without pants.
Really?
What?
I'm
The
putting French in this
The
campaign.
wonderful
This is
stuff
good.
you learn in history class.
All right, Barrowith. No, that was not like your turn. That was like your free action. Continue.
All right, thank you. So,
I'm gonna skip you.
from here, I can make a rapid shot on that guy by the rock.
Yeah, I think you can do 2, right?
I can.
Doesn't move.
No, rapid shot's a skill, longbow within 30 feet, and then I'll get a movement action after that because it's just a normal feat.
Oh, okay.
Oh no! Yeah, okay,
Right.
that's precise shot. I'm sorry, that's precise shot. I'll take. Fuck it, I'll take that precise shot. I already rolled it.
28 is a hit, definitely for 4 damage.
All right, now from there, I'm going to. I'm completely appalled by the stench coming from behind that rock where Uruk-bar is, so I'm going to slink off back towards the rock.
Sounds terrible.
And I'm done.
All right, next up is this bandit next to Chaz, and he's like that teen. He looks like he's a little scruff, but he manages to like grab the sword from his waist and rip it out, and makes 2 attacks on you with his little short sword. What is that?
I'm
one
in a
hit?
-2 AC, and I've got my great sword out. So my AC class is 17. So the 3 hits, the first attack doesn't.
Okay, cool. I mean,
My
you mean the
turn.
22, yeah, 3 damage, yeah. No.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you got
Yeah.
skipped. My bad.
Yeah, because what happened was is you skipped his and then you moved forward to the next
You
guy.
did.
That's
Gotcha.
I want a 5-foot step. Fucking. And then I wanna do the thing that I'm known for so well. I'm
Hitting
known
stuff.
I'm known for whatcha.
Oof.
Oh, jeez. Want the little Larry?
Yep.
You gonna do the little Larry? Yeah. So yeah, I presume you used some movement to get up, and yeah, you like moved over there. And yeah, little Larry, his nose is all shattered, and you like just roll up on him. Wait, you actually moved in the grease. So I think you have to make another save. Can walk within or through the area at half normal speed with a DC 10 acrobatics check. So yeah, make an
D10.
acrobatics check to take that step through the muck. Yeah, so yeah, you're easily able to find the little spot where there's not slime and step forward and crit the shit out of it. 14 to confirm, I don't think confirms though. So you just do the 12 damage, which is still a max damage.
That's fine.
And yeah, now you hit him in his eye, and his nose is bust, and his eye is black, and like he is dripping blood. He looks really bad. This highwayman's up though, and he swings his thing at you. 2 attacks. I think 1 hit for 8.
Yeah. Am I still -2 to
No,
fucking? So am I flat-footed still or no?
Nah.
Okay, so yeah, that 14 doesn't hit me at all.
Yeah,
But the
just
8 does.
damage. Yeah, take that.
Mm.
And he kind of chuckles as he hits you and like looks at his leader and he's like, "We got this." He's pretty confident. Next up is this guy, and he looks right at Apothon standing right in front of me. I think you attacked him last round, so he pulls out his longbow and takes 2 attacks. I think a 20 is a hit for 9 damage. Please type that in. And he chuckles too, and like takes his step off to the side, his 5-foot step. And little Larry's up. Little Larry looks around and like, you are beating the shit out of him. He is not very happy about this. He's totally upset. He takes a step back. And he casts Cure Light Wounds. And heals
Okay.
himself for a measly 7 health. And he kind of huffs and puffs and look at you, and like you can identify a little bit of fear in his eyes. And Chaz, you're up.
All right. Does this guy next to me have any kind of melee weapon out?
He does, yeah. He's was that teenager guy. He pulled out his short sword.
Okay. My ruler out super quick.
He measuring. Uh-oh. Oh, he cleric. If we divide by 7, we carry the 6.
I'm going to go one more turn without doing any healing, and perhaps provoke an attack of opportunity by turning toward Little Larry and crew. Are they considered evil? They are brigands.
Let me see. No. You're
Really?
incorrect. Neutral.
Okay.
Oh, let me check the other dudes, but Little Larry is neutral. The little dude with the crossbow, those are evil. I don't know how that works, but
Fair enough. I'm going to cast
Larry.
Burst of Radiance. Centered here. Hang on. Centered here.
okay.
It's got a 10-foot radius, so it's going to tag Little Larry and 2 of these guys. They have to make. I need to. I don't know how to. I don't know how to hit spells.
There's your reflex save. That's fine. 10-foot radius burst. So that's radius. So it's going to be like a 4x4 square, pretty much.
Well, yeah, it's so 10-foot radius. 10-foot radius extends. 10. Yeah, exactly.
So you only hit 2 of them? Is that okay?
Well, the way I'm centering it. So you see where I've got. Can you see my ruler right now? 10 feet this way. 10 feet that way. 10 feet that way.
Okay, sure.
Creatures in the area are blinded for 1d4 rounds or dazzled for 1d4 rounds if they succeed at a reflex save. The reflex save is 14. And the 2 evil ones are going to take 5d4 radiant damage regardless if they make the save or not.
Okay, so both the little dudes failed and they're blinded, and then they take the damage roll.
12.
Yeah, it's 12? I thought it was 1d4.
No, it was 5d4. 1d4 per caster level.
Okay, yeah, this big you want to describe that? It's a big glorious burst of sunlight?
So Garland kind of grins at the teenager who's kind of whacking at him and says, "You strike well. This, by the way, Larry," and he tries to make sure he gets Larry's attention, "is how you make war." And then he casts that, and this blooming sphere of vivid light just erupts in the center of those three guys. And I'm actually going to take a 5-foot step back. No, you know
Okay.
what? I'm going to provoke 2 attacks of opportunity since my AC is normal again. And I'm going to move over here.
I think that's
provoke-
just one.
Yeah, he doesn't get a full attack. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just
But
the
I'm gonna
first one of this macro. So 19.
That does hit.
So 7 damage.
Yep.
Please type that. Apotham, you never typed your damage too. I'll kill you. You got hit. I know you got hit.
These bandits are stronger than I thought they'd be. I'm sorry for getting us in this fight.
That's it. I'm making up how much damage you took. Because I don't remember. All right.
I don't-
Bandit's up next. He saw that dazzling burst of light, and his friends are like completely dazzled and kind of stumbling around. He's a little bit unsure of the situation. He calls out to Larry, and he's like, "Larry, should we get out of here?" And Larry's like just completely dazzled. He kind of staggers around and like he doesn't really respond. He looks over at his friend, looks over back at you guys, and he blinks really heavy. And the bandit guy's kind of not sure, and with no response, he kind of takes a couple steps over towards the woods, and he like kind of hunkers down behind the log. Potham, you're up. You took 9 damage because you didn't take however much, so I just made up 9 damage.
It
think it
actually
was
was
6.
9.
Was it 9? I thought it was 6.
I will be right back.
You can scroll up and look at it.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried, but
It was 9.
Okay. Alex, you're muted.
Oh, thanks. And then is this guy flat-footed? Is little Larry?
Oh, he's been biting. No, he's dazzled. I don't think that makes him flat-footed though. He just takes a -1 penalty on attack rolls.
Pretty sure the blinded dude
The
is.
other ones are blinded. Yes, they lose. They are flat-footed.
All right. Well, then I'm gonna sneak attack this guy right here then.
Okay.
And then I'm also gonna declare dodge against this guy, so I get +1 AC against him. And I'm going to Hand of the Apprentice, the guy who's blinded.
He is like rubbing his eyes. He like dropped his dagger on the ground, and your rapier just comes like straight boomeranging out of nowhere, and just stabs right through the side of his head, and he falls over dead.
Okay.
Big J, you pull your pants up. You pull out your battle axe, and what do you want to do?
It's a great sword.
Oh yeah, great sword, my bad.
All right, so as I start to move, my first couple steps, I do like that kick backwards, like a cat trying to cover that up real quick.
Like the dogs, yeah, you like eat the grass.
And then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're gonna power attack this douchebag.
This guy's real surprised. Like the smell hit him before like you did. Charging around the corner. With a 12 though, is not a hit though.
Boo.
Ooh. He's easily able to like parry your greatsword away. Oh, this other bandit's up. He takes a step forward right up to Pat and gets that sweet flank, and he takes just the one attack on this with the +2 bonus, which is a 24.
It's an 8.
Damage. He runs right up, and like his friend's distracting you, and yeah, he just stabs you right in the back. This other bandit again, like he's over here on the road. He looks at all the shit going on. He looks at his one friend who just got completely stabbed in the side of the head, And he again calls back to little Larry and is like, I think we should get the fuck out of here, Larry. And he takes a couple steps over here and he like cowers over in the corner. Amanda, you're up Gamby. The first round.
I'm not really sure what's going on here, guys. I'm gonna. Does anyone know where the library is?
Arnis is like, yes, join us. Help us slay these evil brigands. We'll show you to the library.
Oh, that sounds fair enough. So I 5-foot step up and cast a fireball.
Words that are usually not said in the same sentence, but sure.
I'm back.
Let's see.
Where are you casting it?
I'm trying to figure that out.
Fireball.
Fire!
I don't think I can get more than 2.
It's like a 4x4, but the corners are rounded.
I think if you is it 25-foot radius or 20
No,
foot?
it's a 20-foot.
Oh, Larry's like just slightly out of
Yeah,
range.
so it's kind of like a 4x4 in all directions, but the corners are circles.
Alright, I'm gonna go for these 2 at the top.
Why? Wait, couldn't you hit the one in the
I think
middle
you
and
could,
get
you
the
could
bolt?
hit all 3 of those guys, yeah, safely. Right, so that one, and that one.
Oh yeah, you could hit Larry and the blinded guy and the guy to the right. Oh wow.
That works. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, let's do that.
Is that a fucking
Okay,
fireball
so
or
it
attack
does-
nuke?
1d6
Fireball.
per caster level. You're caster level 5, I think. So
Yes.
5d6, and they all get a reflex save.
I think by being blinded though, you take some serious minuses.
Let me see. Yeah, blinded, lose dex to AC,
Oof.
-4 penalty on most dex checks. So yeah, -4 to that. You
So
only made a 14. So
Yeah.
Amanda, somewhere on your thing you have like a
Yeah, my
DC, right?
Yep, it's
it's gonna be that's level 2, so it's gonna be a
It's
DC
15.
14. Oh, 15?
yeah, it's wait, no, because of my feet. I've got spell focus, evo, and greater spell focus. So it's actually going.
It's a number you should calculate, yeah, but
It's a 17.
Oh my god.
17
seems
for a
pretty,
fireball.
Oh wow, that's
Level,
really
so-
good.
none of them make it.
So
And,
they take 5d6 damage.
Nolan steps out of the woods and like kind of chats with Arnis and points at a point in the camp, and from that area is just a huge explosion of fire.
Just to clarify, is there like fire on the ground now? Is it like not safe to be in because of fireball, or what?
I don't
How
think
does that work?
It doesn't. It's a
It's just a spell
Brief.
that just
Yeah.
boom. Okay.
that's fire
if-
combustibles and damages objects, but I'm gonna say, yeah, man. Since you asked,
I just want to clarify how that works in case.
most of the time, unless there's something that's like seriously flammable or like easy to start fire, it won't. So like
since you
wood
asked.
doors and stuff.
Okay, Gamby, is that it for you?
Yep, that's it.
Next up is this dead bandit. He dead. This other one also dead. This guy, no, fuck, I skipped him. But yeah, this guy, he saw you come out of the woods and point, like the fireball flew over his shoulder and like blew up to his friends. And he looks at you completely terrified. He pulls out his crossbow and he takes a pot shot. Does a 15 hit? Probably not.
15.
It does?
It
Yes.
does, yeah. I haven't.
Okay.
I'm gonna have bracers later, so my AC
Oh yeah, okay.
will go up,
Well,
but not.
for now, yeah, he hits you for 3 damage, but he's got fear in his eyes, and he starts running. He looks like he does not want to deal with this. Next up was Arnis. I totally skipped Arnis. But Arnis looks at this bandit next to him and again pulls out his magic missile pew pew pew, which is just 3 hits, which I learned. So that's 8 damage. And Barrowith, you're up.
I'm just gonna move right over here and take a precise shot at the gentleman to my right.
I don't think Amanda has access to adjust the hit points on her. Oh wait, yeah, I don't think she has access to adjust the hit points on her token.
I'm having to
Try
go
it
in.
now.
I've got to go in
Try
my
it now?
sheet to do it.
There you go. Yeah, and then you can just put minus whatever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just say like -5 or
And
once
then
it's highlighted.
I probably got you too.
Click. There you go.
Yeah,
Bam,
Jay's got
there you go.
now.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Runs right up like Legolas. You get 21 hits. The guy right in front of you.
Guy to the right of me, 2 squares.
Yeah.
3 squares.
It hits him, and it seems like it hits like a vital organ. He starts bleeding profusely from the wound. He seems like he's barely standing up. And Pat, you're up. Little Larry's in front of you, dazzled, but you're flanked. They both kind of snicker at you.
So if I 5-foot step, do I take tag?
Nope, not with a 5-foot step.
Okay, 5-foot step front, and then do the same thing. Guy's fucking annoying.
Little Larry.
Yeah,
What's wrong with old Larry?
takes money from people.
15. He's still dazzled though, and razzle dazzled, and 15 does hit for 10 damage. I think you could do a full round. You only did one though.
Oh, do I do 2 of those? I forget how it fucking
Yeah,
works
with a
anymore.
5-foot step, you can do a full round attack or whatever, which is your flurry of blows. You like
Right.
it's what it says, but that's not what it did.
So I didn't do 2 of them. So I need to roll again.
I think just do another one of those.
Okay, we'll do that. Guess it doesn't.
I gotta consult the.
Yeah, I gotta remember how that works again. It's been forever since I've played P1.
With a 14 too, and yeah, with a dazzled, he kind of staggers and stumbles. And would you like to describe how you kill little Larry? Are you killing him? Or are you going for like the just like knocking him out?
Mm,
Like you didn't really state it, so I think he might be dead.
yeah, it didn't determine non-lethal, and I don't think Zozo really cares if he's alive or not.
Little Larry plays the Ryu death sound.
I'm just gonna take the back of his head and then bring it into my knee, and then crack his skull.
Oh, it's brutal. It's like a curb stomp.
Mm-hmm.
Next up is this bandit, and he just saw his leader get curb stomped. And as soon as that happens, yeah, he throws down his weapons and he's like, I give up. Please don't kill me. And next up are the 2 like general dudes, and the 2 general dudes too are both like, even right next to you, Big J. He drops his weapon, and the other guy next to Pat drops his weapon, and they're like, we give up. We're sorry. We didn't like that guy anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Little Larry dead. And Chaz, you're up. I mean, so yeah, like pretty much everybody who saw that happen seemed to be giving up, surrendering.
I am going to channel positive energy to heal everybody who has. I mean, most everybody around me who has seen that happen has thrown down their weapons, right?
Yeah, everybody around you, yeah.
Okay, so yep, I'm gonna channel positive energy. So Zozo, me, Apotham, and Barrowith are all gonna heal for 9.
Got that selective
Sweet.
channel, or no?
I don't think I have selective channeling. Let me double check.
All the bandits too.
Yeah, I mean, I heal all the bandits that are close to me and have therefore thrown down their weapons.
I don't think you get to choose.
You don't get to choose unless you
get
have
to choose
them.
whether it damages
Then-
undead or heals living, right?
Right.
But
Yeah,
I
you
don't
have to
think
pick
don't
one or
have
the other.
selective channeling. Yeah, it's just AoE.
But he does that, and then he sort of grins at the rest of the bandits and says, "See, Gorham blesses those who wage proper war."
And yeah, you cast this AoE, and a bit of it hits your boy Lil Larry. And your boy Lil Larry gasps for life. He's laying on the ground. And yeah, this like mote of healing like blessed him. And likewise the mote of healing also like slayed the cute little fire monster. And little Larry says, "I'm sorry. Don't kill me." Yeah, everybody gives up. Possum, you're up next. I mean, we can pretty much drop initiative at this point. Like, how do you guys react to all the bandits drop their weapons?
Garland is going to go over and sort of lean down next to little Larry and say, "How's hunting seem now, Larry?"
Hunting. Yes, we'll go hunting. We're sorry.
Am I mistaken, or did Arukabar just attack an unarmed person?
Arugbar, yeah, I mean,
I
where
have a
you at? You
reputation.
wanna chop the dude? I mean,
Yes.
What the hell? Why?
Do I need a reason?
Does 20 kill? Please tell me 20 kills.
no, but you make a savage chop to the dude, and like his head is like barely on. He's
I
kill me.
I try to tackle Arukabar and be like, you gotta stop this. This is so pointless at this point.
Look, you guys interrupted my shit, brought me over here to take one swing, and now I can't kill anybody. You guys need to make up your mind.
Ernest
Go-
is like,
go-
we have knowledge to get to.
Garland says, "Right, little Larry. So we're going to visit the library. We're going to be coming back through here, I imagine. So if I come back through here and find that you started robbing people again by the time I get back, we're not going to have mercy that time. Gorham commands that I wage war on those who can wage back. But he also commands that I forgive only those worth forgiving. Take my meaning."
Yeah, I'm sorry. We'll go into the woods. We won't bother people. We promise. Don't kill.
I'm sure you'll find this a much more fulfilling life. All right.
Pat and Ches, make a perception check. Going for that query. That technically advantage because just asking two people. Pat, you immediately notice that this bandit guy has a necklace on, and the necklace is worth way more than the rest of this guy's jewelry. Like, his other rings and stuff are all just normal, like really low quality, like silver or even like brass. But this necklace he has, it's like there's a big emerald in the middle of it, and it's like golden.
Can I snatch it from him?
Yeah, sure. I mean, he's lying on the ground. He has no resistance to you at all.
Okay, I want to take it off of him to where the chain is still intact. I don't want to like rip it off his neck or some shit and then break the chain.
Yeah, so yeah, you pull the amulet right off. It seems the item is definitely very finely crafted, not the kind of thing you would expect a brigand like this to have. You can assume that he probably stole it.
I'm gonna say to him and be like, "Well, this is how it feels, huh? Now you're the one that's sitting here, almost half dead, and you're sitting here stealing shit. How does it feel?"
I mean, we just did the same to them.
My knowledge, give me back my knowledge.
Meh.
Knowledge? Wait, is that magic?
You got an Arcana check or something? Or are you gonna run
Yes.
over there and check it out?
I happen to hear the yelling and come over and I'm like, can I look at that necklace real quick?
Yeah, sure, pop him.
Thanks. I grab it. I
Yeah, it clearly like emanates him. You're a magician, you can tell. And with a 16, yeah, the amulet clearly is magical. The second you grab it, you feel a little bit like you can kind of like recall your past a bit better. You feel a bit like you can remember more of like the Bible you read like when you were a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And overall you feel a bit like a bit smarter.
This amulet might be really, really good for Gamby.
I don't know who Gamby is.
Does this mean no one's within 30 feet of me again?
There's still a guy in here.
There's a
You're
guy
just trying to
over
keep
here.
raging? Is that what you're concerned about here?
Fucking bite him!
Ches, you also notice with your higher roll that like as well as the amulet, he has like a bag on his waist that's super fat. Like it's
What the hell are
bigger
you
than it has
doing?
reason to be.
He's completely oblivious to the fact that we've all stopped fighting and he's just relentlessly hacking on this guy. I turn to him and I say, "Stop!
I'm
He's
hungry.
already
I'm eating
dead."
now. Nom. Bandit leg tastes good.
The hell? Why?
These two bandits on the corner of the map run, pitter patter into the woods, but the rest of them all drop their weapons and kind of like group up.
Pitter patter, let's get at her. Garland's gonna just kind of eyeball the bag and say, "So Larry, let's be honest. How much of that did you earn on your own? How much of that belongs to other people?"
I stole it all. I'm sorry.
Right. There's nothing to invigorate the motivation than a fresh start. I'll have that. And I take the bag.
You grab that big old bag of gold.
Yeah, beating people up and stealing their shit is bad. So let's beat these guys up and steal all their shit.
Just a big old bag of gold. Everybody gets 750 gold. Please type this on your character sheets now, or forever hold your lack of income.
Nah, he's actually truth on that.
Yeah.
Also,
if you don't
remember
keep track
any
of it,
item.
that's it. It's over, right? Like, so yeah, you got to type it in. It's your only warning.
That puts me at 80.
I'm sorry. Where the fuck is gold on this sheet?
It's on equipment, the
Yeah.
bottom right corner of equipment.
All right, thank you.
Money.
Speak now or
750.
Yeah, 750 plus.
I'll give you
No, thank
350.
Speak now or forever hold your income.
Your lack of it. Oh yeah, including you, Gamby. But yeah, out of the woods, there's like a quirky looking gnome standing over there at the edge of the woods, watching all this shit going down. And little Larry's like, "Please let us go. I promise we'll never." And then the rest of his black bear boys are like, "Yeah, we're sorry. The bear boys will never steal again."
I keep an eye on the bandits, but I just slowly inch my way back behind Arnis. I haven't noticed the gnome yet.
And Arnis is like, "Oh there, what's your name?"
What's up? My name's Gamby. Gamby the Magnificent. Trying to find the closest library because people are like crazy trying to figure out what the fuck's going on.
As soon as you say library, he like swells up and he like all of his muscles flex and he's like, "Join us to the library." It's like, by the way, nice fireball.
Yeah, thanks. It's my signature move. Kind of what I'm famous. You probably heard of me. Other wandering Gamby the Fabulous.
Wait, is it Gamby the Magnificent or Gamby the Fabulous?
I'm known far and wide as lots.
Little column A, a little bit of column B, apparently.
Yeah, you know, I'm awesome.
Ernest has heard of you. He's like, "Oh, yes, Gamby. Yes, I've heard of your, I think I've read a book you wrote at the library. It's great. Yeah, well, La Bibliothèque Suprême is just south of here."
Okay, well, I'm not really good with directions, so you know, I'll follow. I'll support you guys. I'm out of fireballs, but I got some other tricks up my.
So The self-quoted magnificent person can't tell direction.
It's complicated. It's complicated, bro.
It's complicated.
But yeah, little Larry lays there kind of gurgling in the road, and the rest of the bandits are all kind of like apprehensively trying to like go and like aid him. And you guys are just gonna leave him?
I mean, we
Can
kind of did
I-
everything.
Can I stealth away from the party?
Sure. I mean, everybody make perception checks though, right? Like you're kind of standing in broad daylight. Like, I mean, you're stealthy, but like even a natural 20 is like, yeah, you see what I
Aw,
mean? Like
who
you rolled
saw
a
me?
32.
So like I start to turn around, like Office Space in the printer scene, and like whoever sees me just like grabs me, and they're like, no, no, no.
You want to like smash the printer like little Larry?
Yeah.
Where are you
The
going,
song-
half orc? Come meet the gnome friend.
Gnome friend.
Yeah, the one you talked to.
No, I ain't friends with no gnome.
You are now.
Says who?
I swear to God, Urugabar, if you hurt this person, I will fucking kill you.
I don't need to hurt nobody, but I'm staying as far away as possible from the damn gnomes.
Well, I mean, you also smell like shit. You need to go clean your ass.
Ah,
He's a half orc. He don't care about no cleanliness.
Yeah, there. I don't think there was
That
any
is
white
racist
involved.
against half orcs. This whole party is racist as hell.
We must gather our party to venture forth.
Fantasy racism.
Arnis is like, yes, to the source of all knowledge.
La bibliothèque.
La bibliothèque supreme. Shall we?
Loading screen restroom break?
Yep, loading screen restroom break.
That
Sweet
sounds like a
BRB.
great idea.
Oh, yeah, okay, everybody, 5-10 minute break. BRB, grab a drink, meet back.
All right, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Break.
I need to look and see if I actually leveled up my character levels.
I think we're level 5.
Yeah, I don't think I put in level 5. I think I said fuck this and I'll do it next week. And next
3 months later.
Right. Yeah, I'm supposed to have high jump. I don't think I've put that in anywhere. Oh no. Oh no, I guess I did. I got high jump. Okay. What else? There that I should have. So, keep level 5.
Wands are a little different. What kind of wand are you looking for?
Oh, wand of scorching ray.
So
Is
wands,
that even impact?
they are, but they're basically crafted magic items by a shopkeeper. So you're gonna go into the back where the magic items are, and you're gonna look for it's gonna be talking about there should be a section for wands that you can reference, and then you're gonna what happens is you look at the level of the spell, and that determines the cost of what you're looking for. That's shields, it's armor, ranged weapons, closer, specific weapons, potions, rings,
No, I'm level 5. I'm retired.
rods, wands. Here we go. So wand cost. Scorching Ray is level 1. So for a wizard, it's going to be 750 gold for the base wand. And then we have to... Wand is 6 to 12. Wand's using... A wand has 50 charges when created. Each charge... Price of the wand is equal to the level of the spell times the creator's caster level times 750 GP. So, if you wanted a fully charged wand and you wanted it to be like be able to cast 2 rays, I think that'd be caster level 5. And oh, that makes it a lot more expensive. It's too expensive.
That's a lot of fucking gold.
Yeah, it is.
How much is it?
So the other option is, since you're a wizard and Pathfinder doesn't cost XP to craft.
I was gonna try to wizard.
Oh yeah, no. The most of the major items that you're thinking of that you're used to getting from like Matt's campaign, we're not doing here because
They're in here. They're just expensive.
yeah, it's a lot more expensive and a lot harder to get. Some of these items you're definitely going to need to talk to Bear about as far as like what you can and can't buy right now because he does have limits on what magic items we're allowed to have.
You can buy shit. What you got? I mean, yeah, just send me a link.
So far, all I
Oh.
bought were bracers because
Yeah,
I can't wear anything else.
yeah.
I also do baby versions
I'm
of
back, I'm
magic
back.
items, right? So like, there's a necklace you
All I
can
bought
get
was
that gives you
level
2 of each stat, and like you can make up
Which I
a
had enough gold
+1
for
of
level
that.
3 version.
Mhm. Did you hear him? Oh, he said that he makes baby items of magic items, so that way if you need to get +1 on a stat or something, you can.
Plus, but I went ahead and was following this. But since I'm not using weapons or armor, should I just buy the nicer bracer?
Well, armor, your bracers count as the armor for your class. But the weapon, on the other hand, is the other real catch there.
Will he let me have 2k extra gold instead of 2?
Ask him via DM.
Yeah, that was the thing I
He
told you.
let
Oh, he let you.
yeah.
Oh. Well,
Yeah, she's a magician, so she might not want a magic weapon, right? Like,
yeah, she doesn't need
everybody
one.
else's melee.
After buying the bracers, this is how much gold I have left.
Oh.
I still have 8.
Oh.
Damn.
I
Yeah.
don't use weapons. I need more armor.
You need
I
more
hear the-
armor, and
I
then
hear
you
those
also.
coins jangling, and I say, "Yo, no, can I get 50 cent?"
Can you get... I see. I see.
Hmm.
Are you a real pretty elf?
Means I
Are you?
was like,
Am I a real
pretty-
pretty elf? I'm so pampered and fucking posh from all my time spent in town. You ain't never seen a finer
You're a
fucking.
elf man?
I am an elf, but I'm a gaunt, chiseled elf man.
Where
I'm not
exactly is
projecting.
this
Shut
gonna
up.
be?
You're projecting.
That's fine. You can be chiseled.
I
I don't know,
took
she must
the.
not be
Hold on.
interested. I mean, he. I have something to do with the flamboyancy.
Oh, I thought I took the fucking negative to my con. I was gonna say, I'm a fragile elf, man. I'm a sexy, frail, fucking pretty elf. But no, my con's at a 0 bonus, or at a +1 actually. Fuck.
Yeah, your chest gets more like, more thick with more con bonus.
Is that how that works?
Yeah, the man chest. Yeah, it's like how broad your shoulders are.
I've got 20.
Yeah, he's super.
He's a
Like-
Gears of War
Fucking
character.
like barrel
Yeah, he's a
chested.
Gears of War character. Yeah, the over the shoulder is like 80% of the screen with his shoulder.
Ability to jump. Huh. Oh, that's weird. I wonder how that works.
What?
High jump.
No, you jump. I mean,
Aw.
stuff like you can avoid like difficult terrain is what it's good for, usually.
Can someone post the rule books again when you got time?
It's pinned. If you go to the pinned messages, there's the
Oh,
strategy guide and the
nice.
core rulebook up there. I don't think there's a core rulebook though. I can link that if you need it.
I just like having it because I'm weird. Link not found. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. 404. Dun dun dun.
What I specifically want to know is like high jump with monk. You can spend a key point. So do I just like what?
Huh? You lost me. Please rephrase.
I'm looking. Hold on, I'm learning.
Or piracy Discord, I'm sorry.
Monk X.
Yes.
So when we were walking out of the mall, or out of Books a Million in the mall, and I was like, "Oh man, I really want one of those rolls." Amanda was like, "You can probably find it cheaper online." I said, "I can find it free online."
Your boys over here, yeah.
Oh, by spending one key point from his key pool as a swift action, a monk gains a plus 20 bonus on acrobatics checks made to jump for 1 round.
Is it bad if I kind of want to take my next level in Ranger just so I can have my favorite enemy, gnomes?
Well, that
Seems fitting.
You can totally do that, yes.
Mm.
I'll keep that in mind.
I need 2 more levels and then I can heal myself.
I think we're just waiting on chips.
Okay.
Don't. As will be a bit.
We're here.
We're back.
Ches
Yeah,
will
we're waiting on
be
Ches.
like, what kind of a bit? Ches is Ches is a living, walking bit.
Living, walking, what?
Bit.
Bit.
Bit. Like a 1 or a 0?
No, like a fucking act.
Oh.
You guys want to do a role play question? while we
Sure.
wait?
Roll that role play question.
Fucking spider.
Let me find a good one. Hmm. Yeah, these questions suck. I printed out a paper list that I use in my D&D game, and that's always what goes super good. I'm googling these ones, and they all fucking suck. Okay, yeah, I like this one a lot. If you had to pick one, which would you pick? Health, wealth, or happiness? Right, like so. It's an in-character question. Anybody
Obviously,
want to volunteer to
wealth.
go first?
That's easy. It's wealth.
Happiness.
Oh, why?
Happiness, yeah. If I had to pick anything, it'd be happiness. But happiness in the sense that I'd live in utter comfort with servants at my beck and call and the finest foods, clothes, fucking
Sounds like
anything at
wealth
my
to me.
disposal.
Even if you're like old and like withered, and like,
Even if
broke.
old, withered, and broke. If I was old, withered, and broke, I'd look back to my days of youthfulness and wish I was back there.
Okay, then we'll go to Pat next.
Happiness. Happiness is
Really?
probably the best.
I thought you would pick health due to your monk and like your pure perfection of body shit.
I mean, if I'm happy, I can continue to work on those said things, right? But happiness to Zozo is more like the good of his family and the good of his hometown and all of his friends being good, not necessarily him. That's what makes him happy. He can always work on his ability to be stronger.
Your happiness is more about the happiness of those around you.
As opposed to himself, really.
That's a pretty good one. All right, Arukbar, what you got? Health and wealth or happiness?
It's got to be wealth
Yeah.
Really?
for sure. That guy's chaotic neutral. He ain't gives a shit about himself, right?
Okay, I mean that's
guess-
totally a reasonable justification.
I mean, my guy doesn't honestly really don't care about any of those things. Just wants to fight shit and bite people.
Or okay, none of the above.
None
I
of the
mean,
above.
I guess technically that would be happiness, though, wouldn't it? Because what makes you satisfied is the act of war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so,
true.
But it's just that you have a really twisted definition of happiness.
Yeah. I was thinking.
Yeah, I like to bite people.
Yeah.
And
Like a
eat
dog
their
chewing on
vomit.
a bone. It's just you like to chew on living things. You know, makes sense to me.
Yeah, people.
The other white meat.
Oh no.
Okay, Amanda, you have an answer for that?
It's simple. I would choose the wealth because all I really want is for everyone to know the name Gamby the Magnificent. And I will use money to tour the world and display my magnificent fireballs everywhere.
Fair enough.
Why are gnomes so crazy?
Oh my god.
It reminds
I'm-
me of Rooney.
I'm married to that.
Yeah, pretty close to Rooney, yeah.
Wandering through the woods, I look at the gnome and I say, "That was a rather impressive display of fireworks back there, gnome. I have to admit, I am humbled by your."
Oh man, you really haven't seen anything. I was like on low juice there. Just wait. Assuming I can travel. I'm really just in the library right now.
As if an echo reaches across time, I say, get this gnome a double A."
A double A?
Yeah, you might want to check your mic settings. You're cutting out a lot while you're talking.
She's got a bad
To
mic.
check your threshold.
Oh,
You
yeah.
talking about me?
I think it's just my mic, honestly. I need
She might need a new one. Let me check her settings though, real quick, if I may.
Just check the threshold, bump it up a couple milliseconds, but that's fine.
I got you. Yeah, it is actually pretty low. I say something, Amanda. Just blah blah blah. Just say.
What about the
say things.
sustained talking?
I know that's that. I'm just watching the monitor. Yeah, it's too low. You're right. Let's do this. How about now?
See, that was good. I guess I had a little moment there. And yeah, you guys are trudging through the woods. Shit's going on. You guys are having these like discussions. And Arnis is up next. Arnis is like, I want happiness and knowledge. It is not on the list. It's like happiness to me is bringing others to knowledge. It is the most important thing. Yeah, Ches is still not back. You guys want another sweet RP question? Like,
Sure.
I feel like those always go pretty good.
Roll it.
Okay, the next one. What are you most curious about? Who wants to go first? Like, what is your character, right? Like, whatever
So
their motivations are.
I guess for my character, I would be like the ultimate thief. Like, how in the world do I create like equipment or just come up with a way of which that I become the most undetectable thief in existence? I know of only few ways of accomplishing this, other than challenging a god. I can only think of simple other ways of gaining power. And then I turn to magic, and I believe the answer is there. I just don't know quite where yet. But I think I'll have an answer soon.
That's pretty interesting. So, like, you like mastered picking people's pockets and stuff, and now you're trying to like figure out the key to more power.
Yeah. Like a way to take what I already have and amplify its abilities with minimal effort.
Soldus, you made a noise, so you're up next.
Barrelwith is most interested in finding out what makes everybody equal. What is everybody interested in? What unites everybody in some primal level? He knows that everybody is not so different. We all have the same base desires, but he's on a quest to find out what that is, because before he finds that out, his family will never understand that elves are no better than humans, dwarves, or any other sentient race on this plane.
What are we talking about?
So you don't like racism, pretty much?
Yeah, if you remember, I actually left my family and clan because they were isolationist zealots, like I said, and I have a distinct respect for other races. I understand that nobody is quite so different. We're all in this together. So I'd like to see what that thread is. What makes everybody the same? What unites that distinct sentient experience on this plane of existence?
Arnis takes one look at you and he's like, "That's some deep shit, man."
What's the RP question?
It's in chat.
I typed it in chat. You're gonna be called soon. Next up is Big J. What are you most curious about?
Curious about a lot of things. Um, more tied to the story. Oh, what happened?
That's fine.
What happened to that first town we were in? You know, kind of just like left it, hoping they wouldn't get attacked again. So yeah, they're just. What I wonder what happened with them. It's like, yeah, fuck them, we're gone. And still curious what happened in Remonster too, because that just kind of changed. We never find out why. Yeah.
Are you still curious if you can get with that elf?
Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of curious why she was all about it, and then she just like flipped the switch. It's bullshit.
Okay. That's why.
Yeah, my guy's not very deep.
Okay, cool. Pat, you're up next. What are you most curious about?
Most curious about where's Helios? Killing him, I guess, getting revenge. And how to be the perfect body and perfect mind. In the eyes of quote unquote Iori.
So you about that religion?
A little bit, you know. I don't ask for too much, you know. I just want my family to be cool, I want my friends to be cool. I want to kill this stupid bitch, and you know, proceed to being stronger and challenging myself every day to stupid fights so I can be more powerful.
All right, Gamby, what are you going to answer for that question?
Yep. I am curious about what's going on with my people because I spent most of my life avoiding them after I ran away. But now they all are acting really weird and they're going off to Feywild. And, you know, I could just show up, but, you know, it kind of sounds like a trap. It could be a trap. I don't know. But, you know, it could be some bomb ass party. And I want to know why I didn't get invited because, yes, I left, but I left on good terms. And I just want to know what happened there. Why am I not going? Or should I go? You know, like, I'm confused about that situation.
Yo, as a former viewer only, I totally respect that callback and I appreciate it. Why are them them gnomes going to the Feywild?
Yeah, like what's going on with that? And why was I not invited? I'm still a gnome, damn it.
Oh, fucking thug ass gnome.
Yeah, can we just ship all the gnomes in that whatever thing and just like ship them off to a new plane? Be done with them forever.
Amanda, I'm amazed by your attention to detail.
Who's next?
Okay, Chaz, you're up last but not least. What is your character most curious about?
The nature of conflict, like what drew him to worshiping the god of war was realizing that the time he'd spent fighting in his youth, he used to be a soldier, and the time that he spent fighting in his youth sort of made him the person he was. And so he wanted to understand what drove people to conflict and what drove people to war on each other the way they do. And so the thing he's most curious about is what are people willing to pick up a weapon for? Because in his mind, that's the point of no return. If you pick up a weapon and you're in a fight with somebody where you intend to kill them, you are putting yourself in a situation you might not come back from. So whatever you're doing it for has to be worth it. So the thing he's always curious about, the thing he might ask somebody when they're having like a drunken conversation, is what are you willing to die for? And the thing about him that he probably wouldn't tell anybody else beyond the people that he's traveling with, because maybe they've impressed themselves upon him in fighting, is that he doesn't, outside of these very broad concepts like goodness and defending the weak and all that, he doesn't know of anything specific that he wants to die for. Like, he finds himself slower to conflict than the standard cleric of Gorham, because he doesn't know what he's willing to die for beyond. So that's really his biggest curiosity is, what am I willing to die for?
Slow to fucking combat. You really could have fooled me with that last fucking encounter.
I mean, there's slow to combat, but a normal chaotic neutral cleric of Gorham would have been like, cool, that didn't, cool, that didn't work. All right, gonna kill you now. Or even like, he wouldn't have tried to solve it peacefully. He just would have charged in. I made every attempt to solve that peacefully. And I also made sure that they were aware they were getting into a deadly conflict.
Arnis looks at you and he's like, if you're headed to the library in search of that knowledge, I fear we probably can't help you. It's the kind of question you could ask to any man and get a different answer. There might not be an answer, a right answer.
Does the library here have a lot on history?
Of course, yes. All types of history from all across the land.
So, if I'm trying to answer that question in sort of a philosophical way, finding out what kings died for might be a good start, yeah?
I'm sure you could find many such instances of people dying for things in the history books at La Bibliothèque Suprême.
I look forward to going to La Bibliothèque Suprême.
He gets he gets super hyped towards the end of that sentence.
And Garland is just feeding off of that. He's getting hyped too.
And he's like, shall we?
Shall we? Yes, we shall.
And he starts high marching off to the south. And yeah, we cut back to Vigi Games. Welcome back, Chaz. We were burning time with RP questions. What was that, Apotham?
I was trying. I wanted to ask Arlen a question, actually.
Arnis?
Or yeah, Arnis.
Yeah, sure.
So I've noticed as we've gotten closer and progressed more and more that he seems to be different and getting increasingly more, chipper, I guess, right? This is the same weird old dude that now looks like almost a young man, right?
Correct.
Okay, I start asking questions and I look at him and say, I am not going a step further until you explain to me why you're changing.
This is changing? What do you mean changing?
You were an old man when I met you, and as we've gotten closer to this Bibliothèque Supreme thing, I can't help but notice that your age is reversing. And I try to scrutinize his appearance with my knowledge. Can I try to knowledge the planes or knowledge Arcana on him? Or maybe spellcraft?
I mean, so you ask him that question, right? And he pretty freely responds honestly, and steps up to you and says, "Look, I've worked for La Bibliothèque my whole life." He explains that he was an orphan and he was given to the church. He was raised by the church, and he was bound to the church. I mean, not the church, the library. Sorry, I keep saying church.
The Church of Knowledge.
Of course, yes, the Church of Knowledge.
Foreshadowing.
And he says, I don't particularly understand the magic myself, but my goals are to bring people to the library. And as I further my goals, I get stronger. And he went back when we were in Reminster, and you guys told me to wait 3 days. He's like, those were some of the worst times I can remember. You saw me.
So when you're not in the process of bringing people to this place, you begin to actively die?
Yes. My purpose is to find those in need of knowledge and to bring them to knowledge.
Is there a cost?
What do you mean cost?
Like, obviously, you want something in return for giving us this knowledge.
I will freely bring any who need knowledge to the bibliothèque.
Yeah, but like, I mean,
You could say the cost was my old age in Reminster. If I stay away too long, I don't know what could happen.
The elf steps up and says, everything has a balance. Obviously, your life force was at one point waning. I've actively seen it slip back into the green. I'd imagine that has a cost somewhere that is drawing force away from something else. Are we in any kind of danger as we approach La Bibliothèque des Suprêmes?
I love the pronunciation. Yeah, Ernest like totally gets behind the way you said the correct name of the library, and he says, "No. Of course, there's no danger to you. This is just I'm, forever in debt to the library, and this is my life now. I
They
am happy to have this life."
they charge for admission at the door.
He says, "You'll need to get a library card, of course, like everyone else."
What does that cost?
Oh, it's a nominal fee and a few days processing. He says, "I'm sure." Says that's kind of a different department, right? Like what I'm in the going and finding people department, and there's other people that stay in town.
So, I think my question may have been misunderstood. So that kind of touches back on the cost of using La Bibliothèque Supreme. Okay, and it's that wait, my mic. Okay, good. All right. And it's that, like, once we get there, your job is done. You go off, have fun, do whatever. But we try to use the library, and so now we're being told that we have to have a library card. That could take a few days, and we don't have food, or at least not enough for hanging out somewhere like that for a couple of days.
Says, "Oh no, there's a whole town that's built up around La Bibliothèque. It's called Old Shield." He says there's plenty of they got a nice inn, they got a bunch of shops, and says there's plenty to do in your day or two. You might have to wait. Says don't worry.
Okay. Okay. We'll see what happens.
I swear, I'm going to start a town right next to Old Shield with my shield.
Reminded of my days off the grid, I say, a library card. What kind of information am I going to have to give out? I'm tired of giving out my magic mail address and first name, last name.
He says, "Of course, yes. We'll need your magic mail address. We'll need your adventuring group registration card and your social gold security number for each member."
I turn to the group and I say, guys, I don't know if I can accept this EULA.
I've never actually read one of those things. I just hit accept.
We don't have to live like this. We can take action now. Unite.
He says, yes. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Jez.
Only I'm not sure what that is you actually think they're going to do with the information beyond keep it in a database somewhere.
He says, what's a database? He says, we have, like, do you mean Scion? We keep the knowledge in Scions.
I'm sorry, you keep the of Scion's people.
It's complicated.
Honest,
yes
honest, I understand the gravity of your situation, and I absolutely respect that. But when I ask you if some element of your organization is comprised of people, that is not the point in which you answer it's complicated.
Well, I mean, they're what do you consider a person, right? Like they can speak and think for themselves? Certainly.
Well, Garland kind of narrows his eyes. Are they alive?
Of course, yes. What other definition of person do you need?
Could they, if they chose to, leave?
Yeah, I believe so. I don't think they would ever. That's not something they'd ever be interested in. I don't think.
Okay, last question, and just out of curiosity, how does one become a scion?
Oh, I mean, I don't know. All the scions have been around for longer than I've been around.
Do you know if it was a willing process?
The builders made the scions a long time ago.
The builders. Are you a fan of using typical nouns in a way that implies a capitalized letter?
Yes.
Fair.
So
So
there's
I.
no name for these things. I'm hunting.
No, he says, well, I suppose I just have to see for myself. Carry on my end at least.
After a few hours of marching, I look at what's his name, Armisen, and I say, Arnis, La Bibliothèque Suprême sounds like a grand place. What kind of accoutrement can we expect when we arrive?
Oh, he says yes. So La Bibliothèque Suprême is in the town of Old Shield. He says at the gates we'll probably be met by a representative of the library, and they'll likely give you an overview of the whole place. But he says certainly stop by the inn, try their toast. It's delicious toast. They spread honey. It's great. You're gonna love it. And he says yes. We also have a general goods store. They sell various scrolls and books and all kinds of things. And there's a town square often visited by different vendors, as well as the library itself.
I'm still convinced that this freaking library is dangerous somehow. I just can't put my finger on it.
He says, no. It's perfectly safe.
It's just like Facebook. It's perfectly safe.
Yep, right up until they eat your soul. Nom 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 nom.
I don't know what you're talking about. I still have my soul. It's right here in my body.
Barrowith says, "Skepticist be damned," and he tries to hook his arm again into the half orc and skip forward towards that warm, delicious honey toast.
Baited. I knew that
Same.
noble background. He's like, give me that toast. Yeah, we're having some super RP moments, but yeah, we'll transition to you guys travel down the world map. You make it to Old Shield, and you make it to the front gates. You get the sweet map of the city here. I hope you can see now. And as you approach the front gates, there's a couple signs and stuff that say Old Shield. You approach the front gates and stand. It's about it's kind of late afternoon. It's still light out, but it's definitely the sun's starting to set. As you guys stroll up to this gate, stand at the gate. There's a guard guy and there's a beautiful woman with like golden hair.
Whoa.
And the guard guy has like a spear, and atop the spear you see that the spearhead is made of like the crystal weapon material that you've seen before. And as you approach closer, he the guy with the spear kind of jams the butt end of the spear into the ground, and as he does so, the blade of the weapon shatters. It shatters like glass, but it shatters completely silent. And the head of the weapon just kind of splays to the ground. And the guy looks at you, and he kind of does a double take, and like the girl looks at the guy, and it's like kind of an awkward situation. And he like kind of rushes back like around the gate, and he grabs like a different weapon. He comes out and he has like a regular metal spear. And he says, "Halt! Who goes there?" So sorry about that. It's fucking faulty weapons. Who goes there?
I unhook my arm from a root bar as I step forward and I say,
Whoa, don't
"Hail!"
fucking touch me.
we apologize, but we are weary travelers and we have heard tales of your glorious toasts.
Ah, you come for the toast? Yes. The toast and tea, and yeah, we got plenty of toast, man. Come on. What do you? Great.
This elf does not speak for me.
Arnis. Arnis, is that you? And like Arnis shows up, and Arnis and Alf, like the guard, immediately like are bros. They like bro fist each other and do like the shoulder smash. And he turns to the beautiful girl with the gold hair, and he like straight hugs her to kiss each other on the cheek, like both cheeks. And they both turn to you, and she's like, and Arnis is like, I brought you some adventurers and seek of knowledge. And the lady looks really happy. She looks at the group and she says, so you come in search of knowledge. I'm
And
Isabella.
toast.
Hell
And
yeah,
toast,
baby.
of course. Yes, we have toast too. That's unrelated to the knowledge, but anything to bring adventurers. But yeah, welcome. I'm a representative of La Bibliothèque. Good.
What kind of knowledge you got for me, Hot Lips?
What?
My name is Isabella. Thank you. It's not Hot Lips, but my eyes are up here. But yes, welcome. Certainly can get you into the library as quick as possible. I'm here to help expedite that process. That's my job. And at this moment, like the guard guy kind of takes a couple steps back, and he like kind of sighs and turns, and he's like used to this spiel. Seems like. But yeah, Isabella explains that she's a representative of the church. She's here to meet interested parties. And she says, certainly if you want to enter La Bibliothèque, the first thing you will need is a membership card. Do you have one already?
No.
Nope.
Okay. See, you're gonna. It's a little bit of a process. It'll usually takes 2 or 3 days. It depends how busy things are. But she says, so yeah, it's kind of a way to get you around town. She says, first you got to go to the general store. Go see a guy named Wilbur. He'll sell you the application form. It's real cheap, super cheap. It's like 1 gold. Says you got to fill out that form. Got to get all your identifying information and stuff, and then you got to take it to the La Bibliothèque Suprême. There's a front desk, and you can submit the form as well as a small fee. And after a few days, we'll find you in the town. We'll deliver your card, and you'll be able to enter the library.
What time of day are we rolling up on this town?
It's like late afternoon. It's starting to get to be sunset. You guys have been traveling all day.
We've been traveling.
All right, listen.
Traveling for a long, hard day. Point me to the inn. Where can I find lodgings?
She says, of course, we have a great inn. It's called the Toast and Tea. She points to a separate area. She disappears from existence, and yeah, she points to this area. See on the map? Can you see the map? Let me make sure. Yeah, you should be able to.
We can. I heard a root bar start to say something. I turn back and I say, Orc, pose your question so we may find rest.
All right, listen here, hot stuff. We are representatives
Her name is Isabella.
from the Senate. I demand we skip all this bullshit.
The Senate? What Senate?
Yeah, the Senate from way over yonder, east.
We are?
Minster.
East? I mean, oh, Reminster?
Yeah. Yeah,
We
we're,
have the matters of the utmost urgency.
Okay,
we're
you're
here to
here
stop the
on like
calling.
official business. Oh, I mean, the calling. What is that? I've never heard of that. But I mean, do you have any paperwork?
I present the training token.
Yeah.
Training token?
And the
From the gym that you like exercised in.
yeah.
Yeah, but
She
they
takes
said
a
Alex
token,
doesn't have
and
that.
The token has like a fist arm on it.
Yeah, he's talking about this.
Yeah, there is that one.
Yeah.
She takes a look at the thing, and she takes a look at you, and she's like, muscle associate. I mean, okay. This doesn't really mean anything to me, though. Are you work out?
No, this is the organization that's sponsored by the Senate and is part of apparently the way they do negotiations. And I go on a long-winded and very complicated explanation as to our experiences in the Senate and how we witness them making decisions. by wrestling, if I remember correctly. Am I
She
remembering
says,
that right?
There's a lot of ways different cities do things, but I mean, this is by no means a decree from the city that means anything to me, right? This seems to be a novelty.
I could have sworn that this is what this. Hang on. I can I bluff and be like, no, this. They
Sure,
told
you
me.
can make a bluff check.
Yeah, I want to like insist this is absolutely like what they gave us for proof, and I am rather distraught at the fact that this was misconstrued this way, and want to speak to her manager.
Karen.
You're gonna call her Karen. I want to roll for Karen.
You don't have the haircut for that.
No, I don't. That's what makes it even better.
You need to dye your hair half blonde, and then get an undercut with one side slightly longer.
God.
Yeah, she kind of looks like human, but as the sunset catches her hair, you notice her hair is like fucking bright gold. It's not a very like human hair color.
Look
But,
at me. I am the Karen now.
Yeah, you asked to speak to her manager, and like she's obviously a bit upset about this, but like she takes the token and she says, I'll get with my manager and see what I can do. In the meantime, you guys should still probably at least get the form, and maybe we can submit it with some expedited process or something.
That'll work for now. I appreciate your.
That will
your
be
patience.
fine, thank you.
Sounds great.
Garland kind of looks around at the other people in the party and is like, are we really going to act this way?
It seems about normal.
I smirk. You haven't been here very long. It's okay. This is how we run things.
You better be glad Sigbert wasn't here, or he'd have called your ass.
Yeah, I know. I want to talk to the manager.
Okay, yeah. So she says she'll talk to her manager. She'll get back to you guys. She'll find you probably tomorrow morning.
Well, Gamby is off to go get his application form because that's the whole reason he came here, was to get inside that library.
Okay, so yeah, you guys head into the town, and it's the city's like walled. Like the walls are pretty meager; they're only like 10 or 15 feet tall. But the city seems pretty well built. It seems pretty like defensible. Weirdly, even though it's kind of a small town, from what you can tell, it has pretty big walls for a small town. And each of the entrances you've seen has been guarded. As you enter kind of deeper into the town, it's pretty standard fare, kind of cobblestone streets and like block buildings. The first thing you see as you enter is, there's a bunch of scholars. There's a bunch of dudes wearing robes with a bunch of like scrolls and things that are kind of coming and going in the various buildings off to your left. And to the right, you see clearly a big shop labeled Walford's General Goods. This is the place they told you where you could pick up the forms. The shop does look to be open still. Otherwise, in the town square, it's like kind of bustling, even though it's kind of late at night. I mean, it's not late at night, but it's still starting to be sunset. So you'd expect things to be slowing down. But in the town square, you notice that there's a blacksmith over there. It's a female. She's like real short and standing on a thing, and she's got a bunch of armor set out here. It seems like she's got a cart, like she's kind of a traveling deal. And yeah, what would you like to do?
Where is she set up at?
She's set up in the F Town Square area. I'll give you a nice rectangle to visualize. Right there.
Okay, so as we enter the town square, Barrelwith veers off right towards Walford's General Goods because he's been told they can pick up the application there. On the wind, he notes that he can smell the distinct scent of fresh-baked bread, toast, and delicious sweet local honey off towards the Tea Toast Inn, which is directly across the square, but figures that it's probably best to get this application nonsense out of the way, and tangentially notices that strange woman off in the middle of the square.
Okay, so you guys want to go to the general store? It sounds like.
I'm headed towards general goods. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm headed that way too.
That sounds good. We'll just executive group decision. You guys enter the store. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. It's like the door has a bell tied to it when you enter, and the shop's pretty like well kept. There's only like 2 or 3 shelves. It's pretty small, but on the shelves mostly is all scrolls of paper and like rolls of things. Rolls of just different paper, different parchments, and there's like a big stack of pens and quills and ink pots, and you can see there's a bunch of like rations and backpacks and kind of traveling goods. And yeah, as soon as you come in, there's a really friendly kind of he looks old, elderly, kind of dark-skinned man, human, and he comes out and he says, welcome y'all, welcome Alfred's Goods. What can I get ya?
I'd like an application to get inside the library, please.
Oh, looking for knowledge, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's 1 gold. We got the individual form. Are you applying for the whole group or just yourself? Or
Just myself.
since we got the group forms, it's only 2 gold for the whole
I'll
lot.
pay for a group. I'll pay for a group form.
Says yeah, it should cover all you as long as you're going together.
Barrel with steps off to the side and avoids being lumped in with the rest of them.
Yeah, I don't want to be lumped in there either.
What?
Good.
Okay,
One less
so-
gnome around.
I mean, I might be going with you guys. I just don't want to have to.
Walfred's like, so be it. Yeah, sure. It's 2 gold for the group form and 1 gold apiece for each individual form.
I'll buy my own.
This is very cheap. Yeah, sure. So yeah, Chaz, you want to get the 2 gold for the group, and
Yup.
we got Amanda getting 1 single form. Anybody else getting a single entrance token?
It'd be me, but I'd like to saunter up to the counter and lean up on it with 1 elbow and look at this guy and say, these rubes, the library. I'd like access to La Bibliothèque des Suprêmes, please. Is there any way we can hurry this whole thing along? Anybody I can talk to? And I'd actually like to slip the guy 20 gold.
Okay. Yeah, roll persuasion check.
Yeah, I don't have good on persuasion, but I'm trying.
I really would like to know, like, what that looks like to just palm 20 coins and just slip them across the table. You do that one at a time? Do you do like the whole stack?
Definitely do the whole stack, and that's I would think a sleight of hand, wouldn't it be?
No, I don't want to make it
Yeah,
look-
why not?
I'm not DMing, but
No, wait, what was the question?
me just being a dick. Like, I was just joking around about how he would palm 20 coins.
Oh yeah. I figure it's like a little baggie got like tied up, a little leather baggie. Just kind of. I mean, there's no way you can slip 20 coins like too carefully, but
Perfect.
yeah, you roll.
I'm sorry,
the
Bear. What do you
baggie
want me
across
to?
the table? Roll a persuasion.
What do you want me to roll?
Or diplomacy?
Diplomacy, I guess. Fuck. There's no persuasion. Sleight of hand. I'm looking. Fine. Diplomacy.
Diplomacy.
Fuck.
Even with your low roll, you gave him like some shit, and like he's pretty interested. What you're talking about. He likes the gold, and he looks at you, and he says, "Look, sir. Honestly, we don't process the forms here. We just sell them." He says, "But what do you want to know?" He says, "I mean, there's a scholars dormitories over there." Says somebody over there might know a thing or two. I mean, for? What kind of, what are you looking for? Information?
Why is this application so complicated?
Oh shit, I don't know. Don't ask me. You gotta ask the librarians. It's just been this way forever.
We do understand it's a collection of like books and smart people, right? We're not talking about a fortified army.
Oh yeah,
Or-
I mean it's a library in there, yeah, and books and.
I just
smart
don't
books.
understand what's got my comrades so concerned.
Just seems like an awful lot for just entering a library.
I mean,
Well, it's a special place. I mean,
Sure, we could find another way in.
you ever heard of a book that could talk?
sorry,
No.
what?
You ever heard of a book that can talk? That's why you need an application.
Do all the books talk?
I mean, no, not all of them. Just the science. This guy's accent's changed like 3 times.
It's all right. My voice has changed like 7. So wait, hang on. These scions, Honest mentioned them. What are they specifically?
Oh, the scions. They're books.
Honest made them sound like they're people.
Oh, I mean they're kind of people.
Sort of
It
people.
says, well, the books that can talk. You see,
Oh.
there's
Sentient.
one for each department of knowledge. The books gain knowledge from other books. Store away the paper books for later, and the smart books answer the questions.
Completely forgetting he's already slid 20 gold across the counter, and so intrigued by this talk of speaking books, Barrelwith slides another single gold across the counter and grabs his application and starts scribbling furiously.
You're like taking notes?
No, he's filling out his application.
Oh, okay, okay.
Garland sort of picks up his the group application and heads back over to the folks who are kind of bundling in and says, "Right, lads, let's get to it." And
So
maybe
talking
let's
book.
and maybe let's just, stop acting like we're particularly special and deserve to get in early. Yeah.
I tried to pay to get in early. I thought privilege would get me there.
I'm about 2 more minor inconveniences from just busting in.
Well, let's hope
Wow.
there's only one more minor inconvenience before we have to take on the entire town guard. Yeah.
I like our chances.
I'd say they're
I-
pretty good.
Could we perhaps not discuss a coup right in the middle of the
Alright, so here's
general
the-
store?
Here's the plan. Cause a distraction. We get all the guards in the town square. Boom, fireball.
Can I fucking slap the shit out of this character?
Barrelwith edges further away.
You guys cast fireballs too?
No, you're the fireball.
Well, I'm not. Nah, I'm not really part of the group. I'm just tagging along for now, for the entertainment. We're just going the same way for now.
You can be persuaded.
Well, you're not really doing a good job of that.
We're not trying to right now. I said you can be. Later.
Well, I just need to get in the library, but I ain't trying to break any, rules right now.
Okay, Gamby, just remember, don't set the library on fire.
Not gonna set the library on fire. I'm gonna set you on fire, maybe.
Could we not set anyone on fire? Could we perhaps let the system do its job for a little bit and see how that goes? And then we'll talk about whatever else we need to do to get into the library, yeah?
That's too easy. Let's make this a challenge.
I slide my completed application back across the counter and say, "Can you believe these rubes? So when do I get into the library to Bibliotheque Supreme?"
I start copying Solidus's notes.
You just copying his answers.
Yeah.
Walford looks at you guys again. He says, I'm sorry, I told you before, but we don't process the forms here. The forms you got to take to the bibliothèque itself. We just sell the forms for convenience.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Come on, lot. You lot. Let's.
I get your
let's-
drift. So we have to go to the library to turn them in. Wink, wink. Gotcha.
Of course, yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, the process must follow the process.
Yeah, I catch your drift. Wink, wink.
Now,
Rukabar,
yes.
has anyone ever told you that you're as subtle as a siege engine?
Why are you winking?
No, just we're on the same page here. I got you.
Yes. You must turn them into the library. Why are you winking at me like that?
Yes, turn those in. I get what you mean by turning
Do
those
you love
in.
me?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I gather up my application and
Can I
head.
interest you in some scrolls
Yep.
and quills? Any knowledge you might gain, you might want to remember later.
Whoa, what'd you just call me?
Wait, I could use some scrolls. Hey, no, leave this guy alone. He's got magic stuff. Hang on. I could use a scroll of fly.
Scroll of fly. Let me see here. He like turns. He starts digging around. He comes out with scroll of fly. Oh, what? And yeah, he shows his scroll. It looks like the right thing. He mentions it'll cost you though. It's not a cheap one.
What is that, like 1,200 or something?
That's what I'm frantically googling. Spell 3 wizard 375.
No, that's not bad. I'll do that.
Says of course.
Puts
Could
me
I
down.
interest you in this? And he pulls out a wand, and like the wand is like covered with like a cross. There's like a big, and it's like the medical cross. It says it's a wand of stabilize. It says if your friend falls over up to 30 feet away, you can make them not be dead anymore. It's great for adventurers like you.
How much?
500 gold. 10
Mm,
charges.
I'm good. No thanks.
You don't happen to have any wands of fireball, do you?
Not a team player, eh?
Not my thing.
Let me see. And he goes dig around in his wand.
I'll take that wand.
Oh yes, okay. 500 gold.
Gonna persuade you down to 450.
Maybe roll the dice, sir. I have to ask you to roll that dice. Good customer, sir.
Ooh.
I like the cut of your jib. 450, 450 it is.
All
30-foot range there. It's a good one. And he digs around in his box some more, and he says, "No, I'm sorry, I don't have any fireball ones. Those are very popular nowadays. Kids nowadays love those."
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of that item?
Wand of stabilize with 10 charges. With a 30-foot range.
Fair.
What's up?
Did you make the item?
Yes, Pat, while you're standing in town, you guys come out of the shop, right? Got your forms filled out. And you're all standing out in town, and yeah, Pat, there's like a little boy, and he comes fucking pitter-pattering over to you, and he like slams into you, and he's like, "Pat, sir, Sozo, sir, you're Sozo."
What? How do you know my name?
It's Sozo, I know you've been told to deliver this to you here. And he like hands you a parcel, and he like pitter-patters off. It's like a little boy, like barefoot. And he hands you this dope ass amulet. Like you open the pouch, and inside, there's this dope ass amulet. It's It's got this fist, silver fist.
Did you just put that on my character sheet or what?
No.
No, okay.
I have to put that
No,
in.
okay. All right.
I'll show that to everybody. And then, yeah, in the package also is your bandana. The bandana you remember with the purple gem in it that gives you a key point 1 per day. There's also a little note in here, and it's from like the enchanter lady way back in town, like from 4 months ago. She explains that, yeah, so she's checked out this bandana, and here's like her report, and like it was certainly cursed, and she like removed the curse from the item. And you pick up the bandana and you like give it a once over. It looks like it's been laundered, like somebody like cleaned the shit out of it. It's really brightly colored now. And you want to put the bandana on. Are you saving it for later? I don't know.
Yeah, there's a note that says yes.
I feel
Yeah,
like we
the
should.
note totally says it's uncursed.
I feel like we should test it just to be safe.
Yeah, I'm gonna put the bandana on.
Like it didn't do anything to when you put it on before. What happened was that the bad guy looked at Pat and like mind controlled him.
Yeah, but do we know that?
I don't know.
We as characters don't know who that was. So, yeah, I'm gonna put it on, see what happens.
All right.
As soon as you put the headband on, yeah, you feel like it was a smart decision. And yeah, you flip the note over on the back. Yeah, it says like freshly cleaned and washed. It gives you 1 charisma, and putting on was a smart decision. Gives you 1 wisdom. So as well as the key point mechanic thing that it had before, it gives you +1 charisma and +1 wisdom. It looks really fucking good. It's all fresh and clean, and you're wearing it, and like everybody agrees you look way better.
If you start to go crazy, I'm gonna bite you.
Like, damn, shirtless one. Anybody ever tell you you've got a certain je ne sais quoi?
I don't even know what that is.
What did he just call you?
How do you say it is what it means? It's like a certain something I can't put my finger on, kind of is what it translates to.
What je ne sais quoi?
Yeah.
A certain
Chest.
I don't know. A certain I don't know what.
But yeah, the little boy pitter patters off. Pat's got his parcel. That was like way long overdue. And the rest of you guys got your forms, and yeah, it's starting to get dark out. Across the way, yeah, you can see the blacksmith lady. She's kind of planking on her anvil. You can see the inn across the way. There's like a sign with a little cup, and the cup is like steam coming out of it, and next to it is like a piece of toast. And the other way, yeah, you can see a little sign that says La Bibliothèque. This way. What would you like to do next?
Well, Gamby wants to drop off his application and then head over to the inn. So he's gonna go over there and do.
That sounds
We
like
have
a plan.
We have to drop at La Bibliothèque des Souverains.
Correct. Yes. La Bibliothèque Foraine.
Then Beowulf follows the note.
Garland follows the elf.
Okay, yeah, everybody decides to head over to the Bibliothèque Foraine.
But after we drop the apps, we're headed to the inn.
Yep. Because it's getting dark, right?
Yeah, it's starting to get dark. But you head through the gates, and there's a couple guards here, and they kind of look you up and down, but let you right through. As you approach the building is kind of like surrounded by these big willow trees, and like the area around seems a bit swampy, but it's been like improved here. But the building is made out of black stone with gray mortar, and it looks like it might be 2 stories tall. It's a pretty big building. It's definitely the biggest in town. And as you follow the path, yeah, you come to 2 large bronze doors, and in front of it are 2 soldiers standing. Both the soldiers clearly have large books on their hips and clearly have the symbol of the Order of the Tome, who you've met before. As you approach these gates, you kind of like you're walking down this trail, and it's kind of amazing, like how big this church is for how and how old it looks. But as you walk, you notice that there's actually a line around the church. That somebody's almost like drawn a line with some kind of white powder, like all the way around the church, and it's pretty thin. You know, it's maybe only like an inch thick, but it's some kind of white powder that's been poured all around the church in a circle. And you can continue up to the front of the church, and there's two guards standing here, and they both look at you guys, and one of them goes towards the door and opens the door and opens it wide.
Would a knowledge arcana check actually explain more about that's going on with that powder?
Yeah, sure. You want to check it out? Yeah, make a perception check.
Perception check. Dang.
You just gotta say things, yeah.
Can I make a
think about
perception check?
magic? You think about magic, and like, yeah, you're like, I don't know, it doesn't look magical at all. And you like try to like check it out, and you're like super blind. You like doesn't even seem like there's a white powder anymore. And your ranger elf friend like kneels forward and like licks his finger and sticks it down into the powder and holds it up. And Soldis, like, you've been around enough before in the wilderness, and like you can identify this immediately as salt. They seem to be drawing a line around the building with salt.
Isn't that like a sign that they're trying to keep a demon out?
Yeah, or like some sort of like evil spirit or something.
Just kind of guessing.
You can make like history arcana checks on that if you want.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I was hoping for. Was
Yeah, Gamby, you definitely have heard like a wives' tale before about how like Elena Salt keeps out like evil spirits. It's kind of like an old wives' tales, though, you know. But
yeah.
who knows? Maybe they're really superstitious here.
Oh, I proceed back inside, or I go inside.
Okay, so yeah, you guys all head up to the church. Yeah, there's big, tall bronze doors you walk through. I think I got a thing. Yeah. And yeah, you walk through the front doors and you find yourself in front of like it's a big, huge desk. There's nobody here. The desk is empty. And you pull up and like the desk is in front of just this glorious stock library image that I found.
I forgot I had push to talk on. Fuck.
That's okay. We didn't hear you anyways.
I know.
One more. Okay, so yeah, you walk up to the front desk, and around the corner comes this guy, and as soon as he pops around the corner, you see him. He's super striking, super unexpected, and it's kind of like this. It's a human, but he's got a tiger's head. He's wearing this like Argyle sweater. And as soon as he sees you guys, he's super suave, super smooth, like kind of like stretches out on the counter and says, "Meow, may I help you?"
God damn it!
Barnabas Jackson, the great librarian. How may I help you? Are you
Nah,
returning
if
your
he's a
poems?
follower of Aurori.
Out of character, god damn it. In character, Garland's like, yeah, yes, I've got the forms right here.
Check
You
out my
got-
Photoshop skills, yeah.
I handed my form to Garland walking in the door, so he's also turning in mine.
I didn't go see cats for a reason, Bear.
Gamby turns in his application.
Okay, so yeah, the cat kind of like it takes a couple applications from each of you, I assume. There's a couple individual ones and one group one. And he says, yes, of course, it's great, meow. That only leaves the application fee.
I gave at the general store.
Oh no, of course. I mean, you paid for the form. The application fee itself has a surcharge of
How much?
Meager meowger fee of 250 gold each application.
250.
Suck my nuts.
Small price to pay, meow, for the access to the grand total of all the knowledge. We have no external funding. We need your
So,
donations.
I'm looking for a
So-
specific type of knowledge.
So you've
Wow.
got all kinds of knowledge here. You charge an application fee plus an access fee.
No, just
are
application.
Are you a private school?
No, I mean, we're not a school. Meow. Not a school at all. We're a private organization for millennia. Only source of income are the sale of library cards.
It's just that you sound like a for-profit college organization.
Well, I mean, of course, any profits you make go towards acquiring more knowledge, bringing more books, things. You know, you must run the library, of course. You must understand.
Garland, having turned in Barrowlith's application, I would like to perform a stealth check to see if I can hide and slink off out of nowhere before they notice I'm gone, and I don't have to pay that.
You're trying to like sneak around the counter.
No, I want to
You're trying to
fucking
leave.
try and like sneak out the door unnoticed that I hadn't paid $250 for them to process my application. I'm gonna slink away from the party.
Did you have
As
a solo
the-
application? Because I didn't have that down for you.
I was a solo application.
Okay.
Amanda was a solo application.
Yeah, I
Fuck,
had
I can't think of her
Amanda.
character's name.
And Chaz for the group, and yeah, okay, you get a solo too. Got it. So you try to slink out without him noticing.
You goddamn
sure,
right. I
stealth
already
check.
paid. I paid 20 gold to that fucking other guy at the general
I think it
store
was
already, and he
one,
got me nowhere.
actually.
Yeah, it was just
Oh, you
one.
bribed him.
No, I tried to bribe his motherfucking ass, and you damn right I accounted for that and the 1 gold on my character sheet.
He offered you knowledge, but yeah, sure. Make a stealth check to try to slink out. Yeah, and like a shadow in the forest, you sneak out back door.
Can I roll perception to make sure that he pays for it?
Sure, yeah. Contested. Pat tries to like keep his eye out for people trying to subvert the rules. And Barnabas looks at you guys and he's like, "Will that be in gold or silver, meow?" Yeah,
Oh,
Pat,
you
you totally see his bitch
Mother
ass
son
sneaking
of a
out.
bitch.
That's a cop.
Now you shall pay for your fees.
Zozo grabs me up by my shoulder on the way out, whips me back around, and shoves me towards the counter.
Mm-hmm.
He looks at Garland and he says, would that be in gold or silver, meow? Maybe platinum? Meow. And yeah, like Sassy jumps up on the counter and like Barnabas and Sassy immediately, like their hair stands on ends. And like Barnabas is kind of like, looks like he's about to hiss.
I've got my gold purse halfway out of my pouch, and I'm about to throw it up on the counter when my cat jumps up out of nowhere. But I'm so surprised and shocked, I drop it on the ground, drop to my knees, and I say, "Cat, where have you been?"
Is that just a picture of Sassy?
That is literally a
actually.
picture of Sassy, yes.
Oh
Yeah,
my
the cat
god.
just jumps out and like shows up, you know, it just like happened. It looks at you and it rubs at you and like, yeah, it's Sassy in the flesh.
I say, "Sass, I thought you were dead."
And Barnabas says, yes, the gold, please.
Mm-hmm. Hand it over.
Are you paying us all this?
I'm not paying any attention to anything they fucking say, and I try and
250 gold for that.
and lure my cat over to me. I already dropped the
Your
pouch
cat
of
jumps
250
right
gold
over
on
you.
Gamby takes out a little pouch and he pays his 250 gold.
completely ignoring everything everybody is still saying. I furiously scratch the cat's.
The cat's purring vigorously, and Barnabas is super eyeing the cat getting scratched, like he's jealous. But yeah, Barnabas pulls out a big stamp, a big like inkwell thing, he takes his cat paw and he slams it in the inkwell and he slams it on your form as you pay. And he slams it on both Soldis's form and Gamby's form. And then he turns to Garland and asks for your gold.
Right. I can pay for myself, lads, but I can't pay for anyone else.
Says, yes, the group fee is the same, $250.
$250 for the whole group.
Yes.
Oh,
You're getting solo forms. I mean, solo applications also cost $250 as well. It's if you want to get in by yourself, you need the individual form. If you want the group application, you must have at least half the members present to enter.
well, we're all here, and here's your $250 gold, Sir. Sorry, Sir Barnabas Jackson.
Yes, of course, ma'am. Very nice to meet you. I'll file away these forms.
Are you going to do that every time you say anything out?
Of course, ma'am. Of course, ma'am. This is a Super Troopers game.
Ah, okay.
So yes, we should get those forms processed, and
and how long does that take?
Oh, that's not too busy. They should be day or two, ma'am.
Fair.
Oh,
I happen to know one particular elf who wants himself some tea and toast, so perhaps stop.
Oh, yes, the tea and toast, yes. Be sure to try that, ma'am.
Garland kind of leans back to the cat and says, if there's any way you could aim for it to be tomorrow, I think that would be best for everybody involved.
So, of course, it's not up to me, meow, but I'll be sure to pass the word along, meow.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Scions are on their own schedule, so we'll see.
Right, gentlemen, shall we?
Hmm?
Well, I'm in the mood for some tea and toast, and I know my good friend here is positively slavering at the mouth for it. Oh, your cat's back!
Beryl, with only half paying attention, taps on his shoulder. Sassy Cat jumps up on top of it. He scratches under her chin and, not giving any fucks about any of the rest of the people around him, he turns back to the door, towards the door, and walks out the door, scratching under her chin and saying, "You is a good girl."
Good, meow.
Huh. Hey. Why is that cat... Anyway. Off to the inn, yes?
Try the heavy cream, meow. It's the best.
La Bibliothèque Suprême, La Bibliothèque Heavy Crème.
Thank you for visiting La Bibliothèque Suprême, meow. We'll get back to you, meow.
So did we actually go into the library, or did everybody just kind of scoff at the cost and not go in?
No, so you guys went to the library. You all paid the fee. You submitted your application forms.
Garland kind of took care of that for everybody who wasn't Gimby and Barnell Barrel with.
Okay.
Those fucking disgusting bureaucrats just made 754 gold off of us.
Damn bureaucrats.
It's a minute for you, mate. They'll make you money one way or the other. We would have lost it somewhere else. Better to play it safe. I mean, again, it doesn't end well for me if we fight the town guards, because one, either they're supremely weaker than us and it's not proper war, or two, there's enough of them who are stronger than us that we end up getting killed over trying to get to see some books.
Sorry, bro. In character, Beowulf doesn't give a fuck. He's still petting the cat.
The other thing is that we're kind of wanted into the town, and I'd like not to fuck this one up.
Garland realizes that he's talking to himself and shrugs and walks along with the rest of the party, and he continues to encourage everybody to head to the Toast and Tea Inn. Not least because it is 12:30 in real life, and your boy is an old man who is getting kind of tired.
Yeah, I was told it's gonna go with the next thing was the time check, right? So it's a good point to call it. You guys submitted applications. You're heading towards the inn to kind of have a nice rest and to check out what's going on in the inn. And I think we'll since Ches, you got to go, right?
Well, I don't know that I'm going to be awake enough to properly play anything beyond this. So
We call it there. You guys cool with calling it?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Can continue next week. Thank you for joining me. That was episode 20.
I would
season 2.
I would like to try to ID the what you call it, the amulet before we go, so I have a full description for it.